No, it says live.
Well,
it says live on there.
Well, did it start off at 3? Or cause all I saw was the 1?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. All I saw was 1. I thought it was counting upwards. For some
No,
reason.
it doesn't say 2 or 1. It's 5, 4, 3. I can see you guys.
You don't
nodding.
say 3 or 1.
You don't say 3 or
you don't say
2 or 1. 3 or 1, but you say 2.
Right.
Okay, so 5, 4, 2.
2. Yeah, it's a warning. The last one's a warning, so you're ready for it.
Right.
Right. I saw.
Here, you're gonna hate this. Hi YouTube. Hi YouTubers. Thanks for coming to the show. I knew you'd hate that.
Yeah, I do hate that.
It's
just
every
every
YouTube. It's every
video you
YouTube
watch.
show.
It's
Hi
the same.
YouTube. It's me again. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna talk about stuff.
I'm gonna do it right now. You ready? It's always it's a
I don't watch enough YouTube now.
It's a non-energetic voice 90% of the time. So it's, hey YouTubers out there, just wanted to do a little video about the new Wonder Woman doll that's out, and
She's got a new hat.
I know normally most people open the package and everything. I thought I'd skip that because I was so excited. It finally came in. I ordered it directly from Japan, and the volume's getting really loud because I put my mouth right on the microphone. Sorry, just it's every.
Yeah, I could see. That's exactly how it goes down.
And then they never edit it. It's like at the end, the
like, do you
camera
watch this
pans
stuff?
down to his
Do you watch this
crotch,
stuff?
and it's like you had to put it on the computer at some point. Even YouTube itself has an editing section.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
just chop that last shitty part off of there, fella. Like the rest of your life.
You know what I like about some of the YouTube. I really should be shitting on YouTube shows
whatever.
or whatever. Let's encourage
Shit
them.
on our own.
Let's encourage them to raise the bar.
Yeah.
You know,
Or shit on ours.
You know what's great? You know what's great is that.
Blowjobs.
Yeah.
Were you
that
asking,
goes
or-
without saying.
Okay.
That goes without saying. I don't even know why you had to mention that.
You asked.
You didn't have to qualify that. We all know those are great, but is like you click on a video and you get this amazing opening. Like the special effects that people can do on computers is amazing. That's the only thing I could say right now.
They're decent. Yeah.
They can be pretty good. They can be pretty good. Cut to the actual video. Phone.
Yeah. Or
phone camera.
Or shit audio.
Yeah.
It's like it starts out da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. You're like, oh, this guy's gonna have a cool video. Some effects come in, and then it's like, he sounds like he's in the distance. Hey guys, I'm out here testing the new kite on the ocean.
Yeah. they got like this amazing, like some videos they got like amazing action scenes of the guys like doing stuff, like ones who are like outdoorsy guys or shooting bows or shooting guns or whatever, and the video looks really good, the opening, and they are like the most uncharismatic people you've ever met.
A lot of times, yeah.
So I was out again today, and we're just shooting my new bow, and
I'm just watching out of the corner of my eye, and each time you say something, you look at him, it's like you're asking for confirmation. He's telling you completely.
Is that correct?
Am I doing okay?
Like,
Is
I
this
shot a bow.
okay?
Like, because I have no idea what a fucking bow is.
A bow?
Like Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Remember when he would interview famous people?
You remember the time?
You remember that? You remember it
when you and the Beatles?
When you were the Terminator? You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. and then he asked something and he kind of goofs and he's like, God, I'm so stupid! Stupid!
No, it's going great. It's going great. You're doing good, Chris. The affirmation.
Hey, what up, Walker?
Walker
in the house. So we were at one of my kids. I don't want to say because just in case. At one of our kids.
Yeah, don't say. Just bring them out. Come out here.
No, one of their concerts yesterday, and these kids are doing solos, and this one girl gets up there, and she's not doing so hot with her solo with her flute, right? And it's like.
Her flute blowing wasn't hot?
She wasn't like getting her lips on it, and I felt bad for the kid, okay? She's very young. It's like, whatever, it's a kid. But some asshole kid in the back takes his trombone or whatever, then goes, Mom! In the middle of it. I'm trying not to laugh, okay?
Like in the backstage?
Yeah, behind. Like,
or what if he was trying to like
he might have been
he
warm
forgot to
enough.
take a nozzle off to go to get the spit out of it, and he accidentally left it in there, and
then just blew it out. You know, who knows? But it just did not go well. It almost made it like a wah 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 of her playing. And she turned bright red, and it
Oh,
got even
no.
worse. But everybody gave her like a massive applause because she's in front of all those people. But
Yeah, if you're scared like that.
You
You
think
got the
man.
guts to
she
go
was
out there
getting
and
away
do
from the
that.
mic, or was there no mic in front of her?
there was a mic. No, yeah, there was a
You said it was
microphone.
getting quiet. I don't know if it
There was a
because of
microphone.
her or if she
It
was
could
kind
have
of like
been.
she's
It
playing
could have been because she wasn't
and
close
not
enough. But
getting
I
close
think it
to
was
the mic.
honestly. I don't think she was getting her lips right on. She was young. She was like a 6th grader. You know, she wasn't very old, so she's kind of new to the flute blowing. That didn't sound right. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, I already threw one out there. I got nothing on that one, so.
yeah, it was funny. Just that toot, and so I'm just like, don't laugh, don't.
Because you're a huge asshole. if
Because
you
I
do.
am a dick. Yeah.
I meant in the other people's eyes if they hear you laugh.
Yeah, that too.
Like
Fuck
you get
them.
shot the look.
How
How
dare
dare
he?
you?
Us-
Who is that person?
We had
Who's your son?
Well, somebody brought a laser pointer to the other concert we had to go to tonight. And they kept shooting people, like the conductor. They kept shooting him in the asshole.
Was it a star?
Was it a kid or was it an adult?
Don't know. I couldn't see where it was coming from. Gonna be
I
honest.
mean, it'd be funny if it was
Since
from
my
an
kids are
adult.
only in 6th grade, the two that are doing music, as soon as the 6th graders are done, we're the fuck out of there. I'm like, well,
done.
Gotta
Peace.
go.
peace out.
Yeah. Or, none of them.
Watch the 7th, 8th graders. I don't know them.
So they had they could play instruments. There was other electives like chore, right? No one decided to do chore.
Chore.
Yes, exactly. What the hell is chore?
No, you heard that.
Okay, so
Are you trying to say choir?
no, yeah. No, this is funny.
I know how to say choir.
All right, I'm just
I know
like,
how choir
there was
looks.
a person that didn't know what you
There's a
really
story.
meant. and
There's a
so,
story
like,
behind
it's supposed
this.
to be eulogy, and she goes like,
We-
oh.
you Googled it.
Really? I'm
know
a
if you remember.
I'm a Googleizer.
So I took one of the kids to
Open house.
the
or-
open house to
before they
kinda-
actually started
before
the
they start
school.
middle school, and they're like, oh, and we have
This is like a student.
Yeah,
like
student.
who's a student currently going
like
there.
a 7th or 8th grader because they get to show other kids around the school. So they said, and he can join all sorts of different music classes like choir.
No, they didn't say
She
choir.
didn't say choir. What are the other ones? She's somebody
Like instruments or
like band. You can join band, and you can join this and chore. And I go, what? She goes,
meant to say
sure.
choir, didn't she?
She was Latina, so you know,
Yeah, she meant to say choir.
maybe her mom don't speak no English, and she's doing the best she can. I don't know, but she said sure, and I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Did she have an accent?
No,
Oh,
she's.
it was
I'm
like,
like, yeah,
maybe there was an accent involved.
an
where it
accent
made
is in like, and she sounded American, but I just what the fuck.
the American.
Maybe he doesn't need to be going to a school that teaches him chores.
Yeah.
Keep it down in there.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
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 And it wasn't a joke. She didn't like.
No, she was saying no. It's called shore.
Yeah. Huh? Anyways,
Anyway, it's getting hot. It's getting hot near Tri Cities.
I know.
You got
100.
the-
It's supposed to be 106 this weekend.
Yeah.
I usually hate the heat.
Oh, you went down. You didn't embellish. You said 109 earlier.
Well, it did say 109, and I rechecked
Yeah.
it. It says 106 now. For Saturday,
For Saturday.
106 degrees.
so, something about pressure coming down. I don't know what it is. It's unusually hot. For
An
this time of
asteroid?
year. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an asteroid.
Gonna-
The sun's gotten closer.
Uh-huh.
Just a bit.
Gonna strike us.
Strike.
Striker. Yeah, I don't know. These temperatures
This
are.
is 98 for Saturday.
Oh, good. It's come way
About
down.
103 on Sunday.
Well, fuck that.
I don't know. That's worse. 98 degrees.
Anything over 90 is ridiculous, in my opinion. Like, oh, it's 90 above? I don't want to be there.
Yeah, they said in the mountains it'll be 80.
Yeah, that's better.
It's still a little too warm.
It's
That
a little
is
too
warm.
I would think that's a little warm for the mountains.
When you're hiking around.
In the mountains.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I mean, you guys are gonna be all bundled up coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't know how bundled, but
I mean,
I'm
you're
not down at base, I don't think.
gonna
No,
be in
just towards
shorts
the top.
and tank top and backpack
I don't know about a tank top.
and
I don't get
lotion. Yeah, that was the other
burnt.
thing.
Lots of lotion. Wait, what?
Sunblock.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb
Has he
out.
called yet? Since the last time we talked to him?
No. Yes. Yes.
Because there was time you said, "Oh, he called," and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh wait,
Right.
Dad's calling."
No, he
and I'll
did.
call you back,
He
and
did.
then okay.
He did. We need to pick up camping spot. They're gonna come up
So what?
Thursday as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have to go look for a camping spot.
Yep. Me and Keith's plan is to go up and just do like a camping kind of car camping thing. I think. Oh well. There we
I
go.
was trying to reconnect. I
Um,
hope we didn't lose our listener.
Whatever it's Facebook.
um,
And so,
Oh,
Yeah.
your connection is weak.
Is that what it says?
I
Yeah.
thought someone was typing
Oh,
somehow. Like, I don't
it's
see
because
shit.
I'm
That's what I
also
thought.
uploading our last episode to YouTube in high definition.
High
It was
def.
18 gigs.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Jesus. It was 18 gigs.
Oh,
Was it Jesus?
it was in Jesus
Christo.
Vision.
Yep, exactly. So we just need to pick a place, and then we're going to car camp and then go up.
Car camp.
Mm-hmm. Old school. Unless Keith wants to do something else.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
Whatever you want to
Car
do.
camp first night.
Kind of acclimate, hang out, have some fun, drink some beers. Not really.
Is that what they do?
No. I
what
guess
they do?
that's what dudes do. I don't know. What do dudes do?
It's good, you know. You're gonna get on climb a mountain and have some beer. You
And
know,
you get drunker faster.
without that.
Is that true?
I don't know. I just saw it on Family Guy.
Is that true, Walker? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's so good. Somebody told me about the new X-Men movie. Kind of ruined parts of it already.
Oh, really?
They said they liked it.
Oh,
They
I was
said,
gonna say, were you
they
gonna,
said
were you
I
gonna go
liked
see
it
it?
better than Superman versus Batman, but not as much as Captain America. Kind of in between those two.
Wow.
Okay, that still sounds good.
I heard it was shitty.
Oh, that's
The
yeah.
reviews are pretty, shitty. But
But yeah, those are reviews from critics. Not
and I
from
know the end
fans.
of the end credits too.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they told me a lot of it, but that's all good.
Yeah, you didn't. I knew. Yeah, if you weren't interested to see Captain America, I didn't think you'd be interested in seeing this.
I'm more interested in seeing X-Men than I was Captain America.
Really?
I've always liked X-Men.
Yeah, he's always been an X-Men dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about movies now.
Well, here's the thing. What do you
It's-
like more?
and I suspect after the last 5 X-Men movies, you would not be excited to see another one.
I'm excited
The
to
last
see
two are
Old
pretty
Man
good.
Logan rated R. That gives me a clip.
Are they X-Men
How they do
movies?
that,
I think they're just they're just Wolverine movies.
Well, first
all
they
of
get
them,
the actors and
except
they
for
put them
First
in front of
Class.
cameras, and then they say action. What do you mean? How would they do that?
Well, I've never read it, but doesn't the Hulk like heavily involved in it? A bunch
Yeah.
of other Marvel stuff that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're not privy
they
to?
did 3 years worth of Old Man Logan's comic books, so they could pick and choose. It's not like Apocalypse is straight out of the comic
I
book.
thought it was just a one story thing. I thought it was only like 6 issues or whatever.
Nah.
And that.
Yeah, it was only a miniseries, but I think it came back.
Oh, and they continue the story.
I have no idea. Like I said, I've never read the first Old Man Logan, so I have no idea when it came back. I know it came back, but I don't know to what extent.
If it was a new story.
Yeah. Well, I know it's a new story. It's not like they just reprinted the old ones. What the fuck was I doing?
Right now, we got Keith trying to work on a Microsoft Surface, and I think
Oh no, I'm actually now looking at the alcohol and altitude thing.
were you telling me to turn his thing on? Like that?
That sounds.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Just no, it's fine.
Just put it.
Stay where you are.
Put that big black thing in your mouth. He's not deliberately.
Yeah, we want to hear your report on this. And
Alcohol and
cite your
altitude sounds like a
sources.
song, doesn't it?
What?
Either a
Altitude
hip hop
and
song,
alcohol. So both starts with A.
either a hip hop song, altitude and alcohol, yo, or some country song. I got altitude and alcohol. Bang, 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 bang.
Support the troops.
Support the troops, NASCAR. Bang, bang, bang. What does he say? I don't know. Fart, bang, bang, bang.
Tom Segura. He's like, I don't even remember what it was. He's
It's
like,
something to that effect.
Bob NASCAR fart beer.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop.
Well, you saw, that I showed you that picture that I posted on Twitter of that pickup truck
Yes,
that somebody painted the Bud Light symbol on it.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I hashtag that with redneck shit and Bud Light. So I'm just waiting for him to back up that Bud Light truck now.
So apparently it does.
It does
Oh,
work.
so the
It
higher
does.
up in altitude
Because
you
when
get,
it's-
the more
when
fucked up
alcohol
you
is
get
in
by
the
alcohol.
bloodstream, it says does something with the oxygen in your bloodstream, and so when you go up at higher in altitude, there's less oxygen to breathe in. It when your alcohol is in your bloodstream, since there's less alcohol to pull from, it affects you harder.
Ah.
So if you're on a flight, apparently one drink is equal to 2 to 3.
Holy shit.
But it's when you're on a flight, when you're up so high.
Yeah.
But on a mountain, I don't know. It's probably less than. It's going to be.
Yeah, but don't they adjust for pressure?
They do.
Okay.
But it's what do you call it? They're not talking about like a 747 and stuff like that. They're talking about little small planes and stuff like that.
Okay.
The prop planes.
Yeah.
Prop plane.
They said,
Yeah, I was gonna say when people be having what's it called? Air sickness or not air sickness? What is it? Altitude sickness every time they get on an airplane. Like they'd have cases of those like all the time.
You might get lightheaded.
I thought altitude sickness was just for the lack of oxygen.
Right.
Because the oxygen's thin, but wouldn't that
You're
be
on a
happening
plane,
to anybody all the time?
They
on
pressurize.
airplanes?
They pressurize.
Right. Right.
Right.
So it wouldn't, So it's just weird that if they pressurize it, how is alcohol like the equivalent of it higher?
Well, I'm saying it's not in 747s.
Oh, prop planes. Yeah,
They're
sorry.
prop planes.
Yeah, he said prop planes.
Well, I think I said prop planes, but
He
meant smaller planes. He said not
I
747.
said not 747s, and he said prop planes.
Right.
Right. We all agree.
But I agreed, so then technically
Proposition.
I did say yes.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Proposition 747. Have you signed?
What is that?
I don't know.
747.
It
Proposition
says prop
747.
planes 747.
There's
Proposition
a song like
747.
this is Proposition FU. Was
What
that
is that?
Shit, I think that was Tommy Jones and that Filthy Immigrant song.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Lee
I
Jones?
vaguely
Yeah.
remember
No,
that.
not Tommy Jones.
The
Is it
dude.
Tommy Lee?
The dude with the
Oh,
drummer
Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
with
Tommy
the big
Lee.
dick.
Yeah.
I don't know, I
Tom-
still haven't even seen that video.
Tommy Lee and his Jones.
There's a video of him recently, and they were doing a New Year's Eve show, and they have this train-looking thing with the drum set on it, and he ends up going upside down.
Oh, wow.
And then the whole thing broke down. He goes, "We've been using this thing the whole fucking tour, and of course on New Year's Eve, it breaks."
That's funny.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster looking thing that Tommy Lee comes out on. Is that his name? Tommy Lee?
Tommy
I
Lee.
think it sounds like
Yeah. Yeah, anyways. So I got something that's kind of exciting. The DJI, the drone people, dropped their standard drone, the DJI 3, down to 500 bones. For $500, and it has a gimbal, and it does 1080p and I think some 4K footage. So for $500, you can get yourself a nice drone now. And they're still coming down. Like, they're just going to keep dropping. I think they'll get to like $150 price point. And you'll just be...
You keep dropping bombs, those
Yeah.
drones?
GoPro is going to put their out in Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen a commercial for that? They won't show it. The guy in the video, he's wearing... No, they show the video of the footage from the camera. They just don't show the drone. But the guy's a skier, and he goes over this flip. He does a front flip and then releases the drone mid-flip, and it just takes right off. It's like, whoa, that was really smooth. And then it takes off, and then it comes back to him, and he grabs it. And in the reflection of his goggles, they blurred out the drone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
wow.
they don't want you seeing it. They're like, nope. And all those people probably had to sign gag orders and shit.
That's cool. Keep something secret for once,
Yeah, unlike Wolverine in the new X-Men movie, or Spider-Man, or Wonder Woman. Hey, getting annoyed with this shit. You can't even. And that's the thing. I respect what Keith does. Avoid the trailers, but sometimes you're just watching YouTube and they show you that fast 5-second like Spider-Man. You're like, well, that was ruined. Says you can't avoid it.
You can.
You can't.
You can.
How do you avoid those?
I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube. So.
No,
Stay off the internet.
I watch that more than anything.
Yeah.
YouTube. I just want to know about stuff
Yeah.
versus watching TV, I guess. I
Right.
guess you could watch Netflix because there's no commercials there.
Yeah, that's why I watch mostly Netflix.
Yeah.
A little bit of Hulu. But I pay for the one without the commercials, so I also get to skip out on that.
Is it 100% commercial free? 'Cause I
No,
thought
it's not
some of the
100%. There's certain
Yeah.
shows that will have it, but it's only right in the beginning and right at the end.
Is it the
So when you start it, you're like, oh, commercial. This is gonna have a commercial. You go grab a fucking drink or something, then go back to watching the show, and right before the show ends, you just stop watching so you don't see the one at the end.
back?
No,
All right.
but it's nice. It's worth it because it's only certain shows. It's not all shows.
Is it like the ones that are like newly broadcasted?
No, it's certain shows that are newly broadcasted. So like Agent of Shield will have it, but like,
Seinfeld won't.
well, no, I'm trying to think of another new show.
Oh,
Only not even. It's not all new shows. It's
that's
only
what I
certain
figured. That's
new
what I figured it
shows.
would be.
If it's older shows like Seinfeld stuff, I don't think there's commercials on it. But I never really rewatched Seinfeld.
Wouldn't it be great if there
Never
were
watched it at
commercials
all.
from when the show was out?
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be
You'd
hilarious.
watch it,
I
wouldn't
would
you?
watch it.
Yeah. The all-new Mazda 1996.
I'm sure they don't have a channel of just old commercials.
It's called YouTube.
It's probably,
It's
it's
on YouTube.
probably on there somewhere.
Old
YouTube.
commercials aired, 1973.
There was a cool
I've
car.
seen old McDonald commercials. Those are terrifying. Like from the 70s.
Is Hamburglar in it?
Hamburglar's in it, but it's Grimace. He looks like a turd. He does. He doesn't look like this.
He's not purple?
He doesn't. He's, oh, I don't know. I mean,
They
it
use
must be.
Technicolor?
It's like yellow and black. It's not black and white. It's just dingy. It's like black
Does
and
the
white was
soundtrack go...
dingy. like a dying cat or something. Yeah.
Huh.
So those are. If you watch them, you're gonna have nightmares.
Have you seen that retro... It's a YouTube thing, but it's like they're making fun of Starburst and what's the thing that you punch the pouch and then drink it?
Capri Sun.
Capri Suns. And the kids like turn into demon monsters and
I
start
think I've seen
exploding.
I don't think I've seen
Oh,
that.
it's perfect.
It's been out for a while.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
perfect.
No, it's good. I forgot all about it
Yeah.
until you reminded
That's
me.
just what made me think of it. Because they were thinking of old 90s commercials. So,
They haven't done a Juicy Fruit one.
juicy fruit, it's gonna move ya.
It's like a song. It gets right to you.
Is there a guy that writes those?
Probably.
Does he get royalty checks? Or is it just...
Well, we sang part of it, so we got to pony up now. We're going to have to give that guy something, or just dodge it, whatever.
Do you think he's scouring YouTube for people singing?
He is.
Is that he's
I
so
hope he's not
desperate?
too-
If he's a dick, he will be.
He's, like,
He needs his
divorced.
money.
I need my jingle
I was
money.
famous
She-
once. Now I need my shit 'cause nobody knows who I am.
That bitch only married me for my juicy fruit money.
It's probably true too.
He's got his Juicy Fruit empire.
He's just angry.
Yeah.
Oh, she took it all. Like, what's Johnny Depp and his girlfriend? She's trying to take
I don't
him
even know
for
who that is.
everything. Most
Amber
people know.
Heard.
Never heard of her.
Okay,
Amber,
there
never
we go.
heard of her. She's a
White?
no-name
Heard.
actress, dude.
Heard.
Amber
Hearde? No, Hearde.
You've never seen her. You've never seen her.
You might have.
Either way, you won't remember her. She's not big or important.
Okay,
and she
so-
wants all his money, basically. And she's saying, like, he raped her and all this
Your
shit.
boy Stanhope's sticking up for Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's like, he'd never do anything like that.
Yeah. Well, they're friends.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that he did or didn't. I just think that people like to just try and take money. And so
Right.
she's just like, you know.
And how Bill Burr says that
She looks familiar.
how people just she has face bruises on her face. Oh, Johnny Depp beat her up. That's it. That's what happened. It's like you don't know that.
Right.
You don't know anything that happened.
Even if
It's
it's
like
true.
they've already condemned him, and we don't know anything about it.
Even if it's true, she's like saying, well, I'm accustomed to a certain lifestyle, so I need $40,000 just spending money a month.
Well, then apparently
Like,
you're also
what?
accustomed to getting beat up, so
Oh.
that's not going to change.
Snarf.
That's part of the deal.
Oh, snarf.
You want half, then you get half the beatings.
Just like, it just seems kind of crazy when you're like, I need all that money. Really?
For what?
What did you do? Like the chick who divorced, who's the Beatle guy? From the Beatles. The Beatle guy. Not Beatles.
There's Ringo. That's all
No,
I know.
the
'cause
other
he has
one.
a damn Skechers fucking commercial, which seems really sad for a Beatle.
I know.
But
Oh,
he's still
Ringo.
alive, so.
Getting the boys back together again.
Paul McCartney?
Yeah, Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney
wife?
divorced that last chick, and she got like, I don't know, it was like $250 million.
Never sang a song in her life.
I know. She didn't done it. She didn't do anything.
Actually, this wasn't the one from Wings, right? The chick that was with him
I
during
don't
Wings.
remember, but how much money do you need? $250 million? That's what you need? Really? That seems preposterous. And I would say the same thing if it was a chick.
Mm-hmm.
If Oprah Winfrey and her husband divorced,
And he wants to hit her up for
Who's
half.
that white guy? Yeah, he's like, she's worth billions, right?
Dr. Phil's not.
Billion and
it's
a
not
half?
Dr. Phil.
I've never said Dr.
Oh, okay. Well, you said the white guy.
You said a white
No,
guy.
her husband's that white dude.
He's a white guy.
pictures.
Is he a white guy?
Yeah,
he's a white
guy.
dude.
I thought he was a
Anyways,
light-skinned
so
brother.
if he's like, I'm
I
out.
don't know. So I just looked at him and I saw white guy. So,
Yeah, I saw
really?
white guy too.
so he could be maybe some light skinned dude.
But if he was like, I'm out, right? He's like, well, I want at least half of her fortune. People would say,
didn't do
fuck
anything.
you. You didn't do shit. But when it's a woman, for some reason,
That's what the law says.
she gets it all because she's a woman. That's how it should be. I mean, they had kids. Their kid's like 18. How old's Johnny Depp's kid? Is it with her?
I don't think it's her.
Is that
I don't think
with
so.
her?
She looks
I don't
too
think
young.
so.
I just looked at a picture.
She's
of
30.
That,
I know that.
Well,
He's
boy.
52.
her-
High five.
then he had her when she was 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Elvis was raping Priscilla when she was like 12.
Oh, and what's his name? Jerry Lee Lewis and his
Yeah.
13-year-old bride. Oh, I'm sorry, cousin.
Yeah.
It's a little
Oh, I know
weird.
because of the movie.
There's a movie?
Yeah, Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, Great Balls of Fire.
It has what's his name? Isn't it Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid, yeah, from
It's
Inner
not-
Space.
It's not a bad movie.
And Winona Ryder
I like how
played
you
the girl.
Yeah.
quoted. You had Dennis Quaid from Inner Space. That's the movie, the Dennis Quaid movie you picked.
Well, which other one would you have picked?
Enemy
Terrible.
Mind. Enemy Mind.
I can't even think of a single line for the movie, but I know which
Enemy
movie.
Mind is amazing.
Mickey Mouse. Don't talk bad about Mickey Mouse. That's a deep cut.
I like
Enemy Mine. I forgot all about that.
Good,
movie.
yeah. So
You know what it is? It's a really long single episode of Star Trek.
yeah, but
what-
Are
good.
you talking about that one episode where the two guys go on the planet and they're trying to figure out each other? I think I just watched it a couple days ago.
I think Enemy Mine came out before.
Oh, yeah.
The one on Voyager, and maybe the one before.
They had a Voyager version of that episode?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was Enterprise.
Even if
Enterprise, and I think maybe the one before the one on Generations, but
there was one on Generations.
yeah,
with
with Picard and something. The other thing.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name now.
Oh wow! If you remember that, you're gonna get the Star Trek nerd status for today.
Nerd alert.
Nothing?
Yes, I can't remember the dude's
Oh,
name.
good for you.
I just watched the episode like a couple days ago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You just got it on repeat, right?
Yeah.
Do you just have it playing and then you walk in?
No. When I'm not doing anything or am I cooking or something like that, I'll put on Star Trek and put on my headphones so I can hear it so I don't have to blare it. But yeah.
Those 420 headphones?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, those things seem sweet.
They're nice. Audio quality's great.
It's amazing.
Even
You
the
get a
mic
pair.
pickup, I mean, I don't hear, from what I understand, nobody has a problem hearing me, which is nice because I always had problems with that because I always used the old shitty Halo ones.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
What you looking for?
If you must be a white guy playing in blackface, because that don't look like a white guy to me.
I don't know. It looks like a white dude to me. It just looks like an old white guy.
It looks like a black guy to me now. But I never really cared in the first
Stedman
place, so maybe-
Graham.
Yeah, Stedman.
He's got a last name for a first name.
What'd you say, Keith?
I don't know, I just assumed it was a white guy.
Yeah,
He looked like
me
he dropped
too.
a phone.
He looks like a tan white
Yeah, it's
guy, but he
broken.
looks Caucasian. Either way, if that guy left Oprah, everybody would, we want some money.
Yeah,
Anyone
like, she
cares
earned that,
about
blah, blah,
money.
blah.
You know, but he was at home and he's accustomed to a certain lifestyle. People picking him up in limousines and shit, dropping him off by a helicopter.
And calling him a Mr. Winfrey.
You know, I'd take it if I was him.
That much money?
I
fuck
would.
it.
Hello,
will-
Mr. Winfrey. You'd be like, damn right, bitch.
Damn right, I'm Mr.
You
Winfrey.
know
right.
who I am?
You know who I'm fucking? You know how much power she has?
You know what?
You can be erased.
If it was Oprah Winfrey, I would be Mrs. Winfrey.
If you
Yeah,
needed to be.
yeah, I would.
I just don't think she'd appreciate that.
You're today introducing Oprah and Mrs. Winfrey.
Like, Oprah's
I'll
gay?
take it. I'll take it.
Anyways, that's the point. It's
Yeah.
the money hungry shit that happens. Like,
Yeah. Well,
it's
you know,
gross.
she's like, my movie career sucks, so
Yeah.
I better marry someone who's rich, and then
She has a movie.
yoink. She was in what you would consider a full length feature film.
Being in it
I didn't
is
know if you
completely
looked at
different than
Star-
starring in it.
You could star in a shit movie.
My grandmother was in a movie that was a mainstream movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When
When she was a kid.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Was it
She was in America.
propaganda for the?
No, this was when she was visiting America.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So she got to visit America.
I think so. I should ask my mom because she knows the story way better than I do.
Oh, okay.
But it was like a mainstream film, and she had a little part in it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that till recently.
We're finding out all kinds of stuff about.
I know.
about her.
Turns out she was on Team Captain America. It's a true story, actually. They just turn it into a movie.
What do you expect?
They should do that at the beginning of Captain America. Based on real events. You're like, what? It's a Marvel film.
Well, there was a World War II.
Right, yeah.
So
you
that's
can say
true.
Yeah, that's real.
That's real.
Okay.
There are captains and there's
There's
America.
There's this scene when he's holding a helicopter. Helicopters are based on reality. He has a shield. Knights had shields. Just stretch on everything, based on real events. You right over there?
I'm tired.
Tired, man. Yeah, I'm working a fire.
What you been doing? Just working?
I went to the gym. It's been sitting on my ass playing Xbox. My day off, trying to enjoy it.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Why'd you come over? I'm just kidding.
She was in the Karate Kid, sort of
Who we talking about?
Karate Kid remake. Amber Heard.
Oh.
Never Back Down.
Like I said, she looks familiar.
Yeah, she wasn't. It
I
wasn't
wouldn't
about
be able,
karate.
I wouldn't be able to pick her out. I was just
MMA.
like, I know that chick from somewhere, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what she needs money for. She's going to be in the new Aquaman movie playing Mira.
You know, because that thing's gonna blow up.
That's going to be huge.
Aquaman.
You know, it's got who's playing Aquaman? Roman Reigns.
No.
No, Drago from
Drago.
fucking Game of Thrones. That guy
Right.
is pimp, and he played also Conan the Barbarian.
Or is this,
Something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
He played.
I like
Conan
the actor,
Barbarian.
but come on, Aquaman.
I don't know.
Is the whole movie in water?
Apparently, after the New 52, Aquaman had so whoever redid the storyline for Aquaman made him a badass. Apparently,
Does he murder people?
He's always a
I have no
badass.
idea.
Whatever. Aquaman shit.
Well, yeah, the
Live
minute so that
under
Aquaman
water.
actually hurts is the only
water
person
is-
able to hurt Superman, make him bleed.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Water
So,
is 3/4 of
after
the
the
planet.
52, he's able to actually injure Superman, which
You know,
most people
Lois
can't do.
Lane injured Superman several times when she broke his heart.
Is that when he split into two and got in a fight with himself at a junkyard?
We don't talk about that.
Is the same one where they threw the plastic shield? Or is that
No,
the one with
it's the second
what's
one.
his name?
Rubber tires.
He threw rubber tires over him.
Rubber tires on Superman. Damn these rubber tires. I could turn back time, but fuck, this is hard.
Well, these are tough. What are they, these made out of kryptonite?
Oh, God, it'd be great if he went like, Goodyear tires, my weakness.
It's a good thing
How
those weren't
much
Goodyear.
did they pay for that? Anyways, Aquaman. So he made Superman bleed, and what else is he great at, supposedly?
He rules 3/4 of the planet.
The three quarters that nobody gives a shit about. We dump all our garbage
Clearly.
in it.
Clearly.
We don't even explore it. We don't give a fuck. It's not exciting to watch him film. That's all I'm saying.
I'm wondering how they're gonna do it.
Yeah, like, what is it going to be? Little Mermaid? Like, what are we watching?
Is he gonna fight polluters? You know, like Apple for throwing their iPhones in the ocean. You know, and then he's just an eco terrorist.
He can
after
team
that.
up with the.
I
will be air.
He's not.
Water.
He's Captain Planet. He's not part of. He's not Aquaman anymore. He's Submariner. From
He's
Marvel.
not. He's not a mariner. He's a submariner.
Yeah.
Submariner.
Submariner. Submariner. From Marvel. You know,
You're not
'cause
exciting me one bit for this movie.
I don't have to excite you.
You should, because
Why?
it's gonna tank, and your precious DC movies are gonna fail.
Why is it my precious? I'm not going to make any of the money
You're
that they're
excited
there.
about it. That's why.
I'd like to see it, but I'm not excited.
I don't want to see it.
And you're not excited.
I'm not excited. I hope it's good.
No, you
I
don't.
hope
No,
it's
you
good.
don't.
I do.
No, if it
just don't-
shits, you are on going
How's
to
it
be
gonna
on your game.
How's it gonna be any good? Like, you look at the classic superheroes. Okay, the ones people know. They're like, oh yeah, Superman, Batman. I know the X-Men. I know Spider-Man. Then you're like, what about Aquaman? People go, who the fuck is Aquaman?
I think people know Aquaman.
I
But
think
they
comic
think
book
it,
people
well,
do.
they know him as a joke.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. It's like Robin. Robin's never been good in any live action movie. It's never. Aquaman's the same thing. You're just like, really?
He's a badass in the comic books and cartoons, though.
Of course, but that's comic books are everybody's a badass. Even lame characters are badass. From the comic books, but in a movie, what's he gonna do? Drown people? That'd actually be pretty cool. He just like swims up and grabs them off a boat and he drowns them, and he does it over and over. And one of the fish is like, because he talks to fish, Aquaman, why do you keep murdering people by drowning them? And he's like, that's all I can really do. You know, that's my ability. I swim underwater. They can't breathe. I'm just gonna drag them underwater. It's easy. They don't shoot their guns at me. They struggle for a little bit, but fuck them.
They're mesmerized by my hair and how it flows in the water.
Like, that'd be great. He just drowns people over and over. That would be the best movie.
This is why you don't like comic books.
This is that movie I watched.
This guy was a fucking hero.
And then occasionally he stabs him with a trident. Holy shit.
I'd like to see how they do that.
Yeah, I would like to see it too. You should not take me with you, because this is going to be me. Come on! What? That was me and fucking Captain America. It was so terrible. I'm going to slow motion walk away. Who does that? Nikisha and I both laughed at one particular scene where Captain America comes down and it's like this pose he does. It was so stupid. We both just went, what? Out loud. Oh, it was stupid. And the guy grabbing the motorcycle. Anyways.
Okay.
Aquaman. Now he can tell.
I don't know that much about Aquaman.
He can communicate with the fish, right?
No, he says verbal words still.
He does?
Yeah, and the fish talk back.
Does that happen in the cartoon?
I don't think so. I don't think they do.
It would be so great. And
I think it has something to do with
telepathic, right?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's what he
The 70s
does.
cartoon screwed over Aquaman. Made him a fucking joke.
Know, right?
and then he
I'm
can,
gonna get you Jeff John's run on Aquaman. I want you to read that.
Can he control like the waves and shit?
That I don't think so.
Can he make a typhoon? Anything cool? Nothing cool.
They delves into a lot of magic, like Atlantis, and that.
All right, you got me a little interested.
Yeah, they delve into
Is
magic.
he
I don't know.
Is the Lord of Atlantis?
He is King of Atlantis.
He's not the Lord. See,
Lord is under King.
Is it?
Yeah. It is. Look up the British Empire.
I see. So Christ the King is under the Lord.
Well, technically,
you just failed that
one. He's
one.
the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. How about that?
No, because
you went to Catholic school.
There's a hierarchy. No. Lord and Master.
There is in the Catholic.
I'm just not excited for Aquaman.
That's okay. You don't have to be excited for
what
every movie that comes out.
Cyborg Boy.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think that's next year.
Cyborg Boy.
I don't even think Aquaman's even coming out this year.
So it's gonna be Wonder Woman, then Cyborg Man, then Aquaman.
I don't know if they're doing a Cyborg movie.
I think there's a Cyborg.
I thought he was just going to be part of the Justice League.
I think there.
I would rather see that than Aquaman.
I think there is a Cyborg movie, but I'm not really positive on that.
No, what's next is Strange. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That looks weird.
That's
It
why
looks
I want to see,
strange.
because it's actually different from the rest of them. Well,
But
supposedly it should be different from the rest of them.
They have a white woman as a Buddhist, you know.
Was he Buddhist? Well, can white women not be Buddhist?
An Asian Buddhist. Is that better? Caucasian person
is that
playing
a
as an
different
Asian Buddhist.
Is that what it is?
An Asian male Buddhist. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I don't think I'll see Strange at the theater. I think I'll wait on that one. It looks okay. I think.
I don't think you've been excited for any of these movies.
I was excited for Deadpool, and it did
Oh, that's
not.
right.
It did not let me down.
No,
I was
not
worried that I
disappoint.
was putting it too high, but it was great.
And that's because it was rated R.
That's a big reason. But just because something's rated R doesn't necessitate Jesus
An
that it's
entire
gonna
rack?
that it's gonna be good. What am I gonna do with the gun rack? Yeah, but Deadpool was good. I enjoyed it, and I figured I'd enjoy it.
And it's been in the making for 10 years.
Basically, right. But I just
so
think
what I'm saying is
they made
time.
a film for the fans,
It had
which is what they should do every time.
It had time to cook instead of just hammering one out.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was good. I liked it. But, so, yeah, I like stuff. And I didn't think...
I like stuff. I like things.
I like things, Laurie.
Were you excited for Star Wars?
Yes.
And that's slightly disappointed?
No, I liked it.
No, you liked it?
I liked it.
overall?
I liked that one. I liked Deadpool. And I liked Superman versus Batman. I liked it. And I was shitting all over it before it came out because the previews were atrocious. Do you bleed? You will.
It's like he just whispered it and Superman was far away. It's like, yeah, he can hear him still.
But Batman has technology that refracts the sound back into his helmet.
What is that? What?
The sound does not leave because he has a contraption that keeps it from going out. So he could say anything. He'll talk to Lucius or whoever. Who was it? Who was it this time? Not Lucius. The butler.
Alfred.
Yeah, that guy.
Pennyworth.
Oh, you know his last name. Who is apparently military trained.
Mm-hmm. Played by Jeremy Irons.
You just hit me.
Oh, sorry, man. I was hoping I got it all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got some on me too.
Sorry about that. That's my bad. Nah, just Aquaman doesn't excite me. Wonder Woman does.
Yeah, that was. I thought she.
Hey, shut up! If you didn't catch it the first time. Jesus.
I thought she. I think she kind of saved that movie a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Superman, I've seen Batman. Show me something new. And seeing Wonder Woman fight, and seeing her like enjoy it a little bit, was kind of like, oh, this is cool. She likes this fight.
Right.
You know?
They
I
just
just
showed
like
too
the
much
music
screen.
when she popped up.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Oh, you didn't like her? You didn't
Well,
care for
she
her?
didn't bother me. She didn't wow me. It was just I enjoyed more of the music, the score that was going on when she was on screen. That's about it, especially in the fight scene.
Yeah.
Other than that, she was there. It didn't bother me. Didn't hate it. Didn't like it.
I didn't like that we didn't, like, they cut away and the next thing I see, she's got her whip already out. Is that how it happened? I feel like we didn't see her, the lasso, I mean. Same difference. When she pulls it out, it was like, where did that come from? I kind of would like to see her pull that thing out.
A little more ceremony with that one.
Just maybe. I mean, like, you kind of showed her bracers and all that.
Like if she dropped the sword and the shield and then she pulls, and then you see her pulling it out from out of nowhere.
Just
you know?
something would have been kind of cool. Because I remember watching the movie and then they'd cut. And I'm like, oh, the lasso's out. I don't remember her pulling it out. Maybe I missed it. I'm kind of excited.
Are you saying you didn't see her throw the lasso, or are you just saying
she
that
didn't throw it? And she didn't like pull
cut
it
from
out
her
anyway.
from this to cut to where she already had
it around
No,
him.
I know. I think you see her throw it.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
I've
know.
only seen it once.
Well, you don't see her throw it, but you see Doomsday and you see the lasso go around them.
Okay.
And then
Oh, that was the reveal.
Yeah, and then Superman comes in.
Okay. There was a lot
Or
going
Batman
on.
shoots him, and then Superman comes in.
I thought there was some good imagery in it. Like,
Yeah.
Like when he hits the blast, you could still see their silhouettes
People
within the
didn't
blast.
like that.
That's cool as shit.
That's straight out of a comic book.
Yeah. People didn't like that?
Yeah, that was one of the big complaints is there was too much dust and that kind of stuff in the background. And
What the fuck do you think is going to happen in a fight like that?
people, I can't see anything. You know in a movie when there's like a burning fire and you can clearly see the person? That's not realistic because in a real fire, it's just smoke fills the whole room. The minute you walk in, you breathe in one gulp of air and your lungs would burn. But in a movie, they want it to be heroic and they want you to see what's going on. Like when they do night shots in a movie and it's clearly like lit up, like this room is here. It's like, okay, they're doing it for our benefit, but I don't know. But they did it. I thought they did a good job in Superman vs. Batman, like the silhouettes. I liked that.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It was a good scene, good imagery.
Yeah. I do like how they're like, well, they went to the uninhabited Rikers Island. All right, whatever. I guess you're making up for the last movie.
Oh, for killing so many.
Right. But they address it. I was glad they retconned that whole shit. They're like, yep, we're going to address this.
Luckily, there was a holiday, and there was nobody out there that in the metro area when Superman and Zod fought.
When Vegeta and Goku fought. No, the city was abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody...
Oh, the helicopters blew up. Oh, but you can see their parachutes, so they're okay.
Where? I don't say nothing.
Or at the end of the G.I. Joe movie, the cartoon. Oh, you guys beat Cobra good, and Duke's okay.
Yeah, off-camera audio.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's why that's why the Transformers animated movie is so good. Why? Because he stayed dead.
For at least a season.
No, they brought him back that next season, didn't they?
He was in an episode. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
Well, 2 episodes, I should say, because it was a 2-parter.
Because Rodimus
The
Prime
Return of
sucked.
Optimus Prime. I'm Rodimus Prime. I'm not a truck or a car.
I was Bender in.
We actually had
I
another.
was Bender in the Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's right. We had another truck guy that tried to put it in, but it slowly kind of fell out of his chest, and then it wouldn't open for him. But apparently, it opens for me, even though I'm a dickwad. Figure that one out, kids. That doesn't make any sense. What was the reason why the Matrix didn't open for him?
Because he had no charisma.
I have no idea. He wasn't that chosen one.
Damn it! Open.
And I don't think Optimus has ever been able to open it either.
Really?
Well, in the cartoon, that was the first time you ever saw the Matrix. It was in the movie, and I don't think Optimus.
We saw it as an audience.
Yeah, as an audience in a cartoon.
It was introduced.
It was introduced.
The concept of it was introduced in that movie.
In the movie, and I don't think Optimus. If they're taking it as one big canon, and Optimus had it the whole entire time, then he's never been able to use it.
That is the coolest shit I've heard all day.
He just gets to hold it.
Yeah, he was the leader
as
of it.
a symbol.
That's
Right.
why Ultraman's had it, because he's technically the second in command. That's why he was given it to him.
Right.
But it doesn't mean he can access it.
Do
wow.
all of
So
them
the
have
Matrix-
that same
I
thing
didn't
that
know
they
that.
could put
That's
in
the
there?
cool shit.
Do all of them come with that opening?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Some of them are down below.
Down below.
The
Like
only figure that I know
RC.
of is just Optimus is the only figure that's been able to do that.
Interesting.
It would be great if RC was like.
That actually makes Rodimus cool.
It does, yeah.
That makes him cool as fuck. Because not only did he was he able to open it, it transformed him. You know,
I hate it.
from a hot rod sports car to
Some weird El Camino.
to a minivan.
I still think it's like it's still El
He was an
Camino
RV. He became an RV vehicle.
El Camino.
With
Cup.
a canopy on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
No,
kind of.
Cup was the El Camino.
It was an
Yeah,
El
but
Camino.
that was like a futuristic looking one. If you look at the hot
Like-
rod, he has a nose on it, still like an El Camino or a Ranchero.
It's an El
on it.
Camino with a horse trailer.
Yeah.
Rodimus probably looks like he retired, and he got an RV, and he's gonna tour the country. He's got one of those. He's got one of those maps
But he's still trying
on
to
the
be hip.
back.
He has all the
Yeah.
fucking flames and the freaking smokestacks up in there to make him
I'm
look
cool.
cool.
I'm cool, man.
I'm cool.
He's
I'm in my
got-
40s, but I'm still acting like I'm 20.
I
got
sold
one
my
of those-
house, everything I own, divorced a wife.
He's got one of those stickers on the back of America with the outlining of the states. So he puts a sticker of the state every one he travels to.
That's great. These are tattoos, because when he transforms, they're on him still, right?
Yeah.
Those aren't tattoos, you shitbag. Those are stickers.
I got a whole new respect for Rodimus Prime.
I don't know about respect for Rodimus Prime, but I like the idea that Optimus couldn't open it. That makes it that much cooler.
But if you
But
go
also-
based off the cartoon, in the
Because-
comic book, he's been able to.
Oh, okay.
I was
'Cause
saying, then like Optimus Prime
But
was,
that was
always
it was after the fact
yeah.
of the movie.
Have any bad guys been able to open it in the comic book?
Wasn't it?
I think maybe someone's been able to try to use some of it, but not actually open it or use the full power of it. Because I think someone's had it and it gave them power, but they weren't able to actually tap into the full thing.
So it's also kind of sad that it's like Optimus Prime was always a Diesel then.
Yes.
Like he was always a Diesel. Like he didn't turn into
No,
it.
because he was. If you go on, in the cartoons, yes, but if you go in the comic book, he was this guy called Orion Pax. That was more looking like a car, and he was just a beat cop guy.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then
Well, we're getting
something,
deep
something
Transformers
happens,
lore now.
and then it gets into the Civil War, and because I think they all actually also evolved too, where their transformation changed. But I can't remember in the comic book if something happened to where he got messed up so bad, so when he got rebuilt or put back together or whatever, he ended up changing a different form. So he's more of a, I guess like a tank, not really a tank, but a off-wheel, kind of like a bigger version of the Batman, the Batmobile
Tumbler.
not the Tim Burton one, the one
Christian
after
Bale.
the Christian Bale
Tim
one.
Ba-
Yeah, it
Tumbler.
looks like a Tumbler, yeah, bigger version of that. And then he gets the Matrix, and then then he goes to America, and then he gets the Diesel format.
Does the Matrix shrink at all? And I ask this because of two
As far
things.
as I know, I don't think it does.
So,
but it's in the comic book. There's no weird conversion like there is in the cartoon or the movie.
So I'm just saying, like, RC picks it up, and Optimus is like, no, not for women, because she's so tiny. Or would she stand it up?
It would give her a third
based on
boob.
comic books, RC was what do you call it? A experiment. RC was originally a guy, and then someone was it either Bludgeon or someone else did some weird. No, it was Jaxus, the guy who came into play in Generation 2 in the comic book.
Yeah.
Where he's a scientist apparently, and he modified RC to be more feminine because there's no girl and no guy robot in the comic book, and so they messed him up so bad that he's kind of crazy in the head because he's been messed like kind of like a rocket in what do you call it, Galaxy in the Guardians, where he's been put together back so many times and remodified. And RC is actually some weird genetic science experiment, and he's kind of crazy because he's been messed with so many times, and so she's kind of psychotic.
That's cool. I like that story way better.
Yeah.
Way better than what they have in the. I also like how they.
I don't say she used to be a guy because in Transformers there's no guy or girl; it's just a robot.
Other than the fact that they're all masculine.
Yeah, and then what do you call it? Jaxus changed this Transformer into something that was more feminine to see what it would do.
By making her crazy.
I don't know if it made her crazy, but I think it's just all
crazy, yeah.
Crazy.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
This is
This is
what
why there was
happens.
no actually girl and guy robots.
Is her full name R.C. Jenner?
No. This is what I hear. I can't do a good Optimus Prime, but it's the beginning of the show, and it goes, "We were a peaceful
Race.
peaceful race until one day they made the female robot, and then the Civil War started."
I always felt
what's up, pussy?
I always felt Springer had a thing for her, but she like friend zoned his ass.
Springer sounds like
Yeah.
a boner.
Springer. Yeah.
Huh.
He'd have to do that by
friend-zoned
himself. She seems like he was into, but she friend zoned him, but she was really hot for Hot Rod, even though. You know.
Hot Rod likes little kids.
Yeah. He put that little kid inside
Hey,
him.
get inside me, kid. Huh.
Daniel. That's his name.
Daniel, let's go to Lookout Mountain. Now take up your pants. What? Nothing. Get in my car.
Yeah, and look out for see if anybody's watching us.
I'm
That's a
gonna
lookout
turn
point.
into a van.
Get into my van.
That'd be so cool. He
We
turned into
ruined
like an
this. We've
83
ruined it.
rapist, with flames on the side of it. Haha, Daniel. Why are you talking like that, mister? Just get in the van, Daniel.
I'm a friend of your
take you to
dad's.
Lookout Mountain. Sounds so terrible. We should redo the whole film with our dub in.
Oh,
It'd be
God.
the worst movie ever.
We would ruin that movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hoverboard. By the way,
Still better hoverboard than the Back to the Future one.
Yeah, but who let that kid get on that thing? Hey, you see that rocket-propelled
Spike.
thing that he's gonna wreck, like, very badly?
Nobody was watching that kid. Spike was on Moonbase 2
I know.
with his buddy Bumblebee hanging out, not raising his kid.
Right.
Which, by the way, who's his mom? Where's his mom?
Hot rod.
I think it might be explained in one of.
It wasn't addressed in the
well, I
cartoon
think-
show, was it?
I don't think so.
No, later on.
They didn't. There's no sex to be had.
After the movie, when it went to season 3, I think there was a girl, but I don't. You just assumed it was Daniel's mother.
Oh, okay.
I think.
They don't explicitly
I
say.
don't remember. It's hard to watch those episodes. It's so
We
bad.
should watch one.
But I'm pretty sure it's some blonde chick. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew
Yeah,
that?
I never thought about that until right now. Who's his
Ron-
mom? And why is she not watching him?
Right. Where's his whole family, in fact?
Yeah, like I said, his dad's on Moonbase 2, hanging out with his buddy.
Check out this
Bumblebee.
weird suit with the bubble helmet that's at the front. That's the worst idea
Oh yeah,
ever.
transform.
There goes my oxygen. Don't worry, Daniel. I don't know why, but in my mind, Rodimus Prime now just has a thing with. He's a total pedophile robot. He's a pedophilia robot. Optimus, can I talk to you for a second? You, what do you think of humans? They're our allies, Rodimus. Why do you ask? I mean, like, what do you think about them?
Do you
Is that
like
why,
him
is
like
that
him?
why
Do
you
you
stayed
think
on
about
Earth
him?
and why everyone else went up? back to
That's
Cybertron?
true. That's true. They're the only ones that stayed behind. Optimus keeps playing coy, and then finally, he's like,
Yeah, I'm curious how they were able to like get permits to build the city, Autobot City.
I'm guessing they didn't get permits. I'm guessing they didn't get them at all.
You don't think so?
No, they're just like, we're gonna build this. You can try and stop us, but fuck you.
Who could inspect that thing? So this thing transforms as well. Like these two walls come together.
This is not OSHA
and then you're on top of that.
There was no humans that actually worked on the base.
Yeah.
If you look at the movie, I don't think there was one human except for what's his name?
Daniel,
yeah.
who was really helping out.
It's probably like a no-fly
helping
zone.
them push that wall together.
They probably have no humans there. You couldn't be around that nonsense. You get murdered.
You could just get stepped on.
Yeah, they just have those two, and they probably tag them, and all robots know, hey, these are our those two fucking morons. Yeah.
And they didn't address what happened to Spike's dad.
Yeah.
You know, probably had some coronary or something.
Probably.
You know,
but did
too many chili dogs and just. Yeah, he was a construction worker.
Right.
You know?
Maybe he's a foreman now.
He's a foreman now.
Career.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything with these goddamn robots.
Goddamn robots.
They came in pretending to be my Ferrari. Speaking of which, I saw one cruise down the road the other day.
You saw a Ferrari?
Yeah, on Fruitland.
Nice.
Just,
on Fruitland?
Yeah.
Was he lost?
I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but the kids pointed it out, and I went, "Whoa!" And then it was just going real slow, and when it went by, you could tell. It was like, "Holy shit!" Just
really?
Yeah, it was beast.
Wow.
It was new too, like at least 2016, if not newer.
Jeez.
Some people around here
even
just
an
have
old
money.
one, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I just went, "Oh my god, what's that doing here?" But there's people who have money here.
I've seen Lambos before.
I'd like to see a Lambo.
I don't think I've ever seen a Ferrari.
Go up by Southridge, you'll see a ton of Lambos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least 4 or 5.
I hate that place already.
Yeah, you'll hate it more when you see a high school kid driving it. I seen that once.
Yeah.
One time I've seen that. He pulled into the Southridge parking lot. I'm like, that must be a dad said kid.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what?
My parents aren't here. I'm gonna fucking drive.
You know, I don't.
It's Ferris
Drive
Bueller's
back,
Day Off.
and no one will know the difference. And dad comes back home like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I put a GPS tracker on this thing.
He has the
You think I
miles.
spent a whole ton of money on this thing and I didn't put a $200 GPS tracker in it?
Yeah.
You dumb shit. Bam!
You're not my son.
No, seriously, you're not my son.
You're not my
Your
son.
mom was fucking around.
No.
That's why I have this.
But I
This to
kept her
make up
because.
for it.
But I kept her. That's
Still making
why. That's why. You know, I had to keep her because otherwise she'd take half my shit.
Right.
'Cause, you know.
And this is part of my
'cause,
shit.
She said we don't need a prenup.
I'll love you forever.
I love you I would never do that. Yeah. You know what? I would never wish anything bad on somebody, except for now. I hope that kid got into a car accident.
I jumped it.
You know, I mean, and not like in a car accident with somebody who.
I was gonna say, did you
like,
guys see the picture what happened to Rich and Fred Meyer?
No.
Oh, somebody drove like into it.
Someone drove into the entrance and the car's like flipped on its side, right in front of the freaking doors.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think somebody got hurt, didn't they?
I'm assuming someone did. The damn car's on its side. It had been someone in the car to hit the front of the entrance.
No,
and
he
tilted on its
just
side.
Captain America and ran out as
Ran
it
out.
started flipping.
And you got on top of it, put it on an escalator. Can you name that film?
Sounds really
Oh
fun.
shit!
Hey,
It was-
Jackie
that-
Chan movie?
Huh? Nope.
No,
He
I
is
was
a
gonna say-
martial arts kind of guy.
Oh,
He's Caucasian, though.
who am I?
It's a Caucasian dude.
On an escalator or an elevator?
Transporter.
Escalator.
Transporter.
Escalator. Yeah, you're close. Escalator.
Transporter 2.
Nope. Transporter 3, 4, the show. Escalators become stairs. Sorry for the convenience.
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg.
Are you saying close because it has the same actor in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched the movie. It was like I looked at it. I'm like,
Really?
Crank.
Yeah.
I'm
Crank.
like, it doesn't seem that great to me.
It's just
I
over
I
the
don't
top.
get
It's
it.
ridiculous. There's a scene
get the
where he
appeal of it.
takes his car, two wheels it, puts it on an escalator, then the escalator pulls it up, and he gets out and starts
I
fighting.
wanted to say
It's-
Blues Brothers.
It's ridiculous.
I wanted to say Blues
Yeah,
Brothers.
you'd be close with that. There's a movie I watched recently where
That's why when you said escalator, I'm like, do you mean escalator or elevator? Because there's a scene when, what do you call it, Green Hornet, where
Green
he drives a
Hornet.
car into the elevator, and cuts off half of it, and it goes up, and it still drives when it comes up.
talk about another shitty DC movie.
I liked it.
That was all right. I liked it.
I'm not saying I'm loving it. I thought it was
I
good.
would like to
hated
see.
it.
I would like to see one where like the
I
Green
just
Hornet
wish what's his name was in it
is
instead of What's
serious.
his name? No, I wish it was the guy I can't remember. The guy who was
Jet Li?
no, the guy who was Shaolin Soccer and
Stephen Chow.
Yeah. Stephen Chow.
It was really gonna be him. I wish it was him.
Yeah.
But the other guy didn't suck
What
it up.
happened to that dude? He just disappeared.
He made a couple movies afterwards.
He was supposed to make Kung Fu Hustle 2 and a bunch of other stuff.
Shaolin Soccer 2.
Yeah.
It's just sequels of everything.
Why not? They were great. Yeah.
No, speaking of fucked up shit, did you hear about the shooting that happened at UCLA today?
I saw on
Yeah, I think I
TV when
killed
I was in the
himself.
gym.
It was one person was shot, and the other one committed suicide.
Yeah. It was clearly I'm going to kill you and then I'm going to kill myself.
Right. Yeah.
People
was
say
it
it was a
targeted?
mass shooting.
Mass shooting in UCLA.
I mean, look, man, it sucks that people get shot and people die. I don't like that. That's not cool at all. It's a tragedy.
Didn't they see the
Mass shooting?
the no gun signs?
How many people?
One.
Two.
Well, two total.
The victim and then the guy suicided himself. Is that a mass shooting?
Well, it depends. Did he fire a bunch of shots?
No.
No, I think
Or
it was
he just
intent.
went out
No,
there.
shot
Yeah.
the one person.
What?
There were only 2 shots fired. Is what they say on the news that I heard in the break room because I was like, oh, this shit's on great. And they just keep repeating the
Ruining
same
my
thing over and
show
over.
and speculating.
Well, and then as
to
people come
ridiculousness.
as people come into the cafeteria, they'll go, oh my God, what a tragedy. That's awful. Can you believe this? And I'm like, this is a hospital?
This is the news.
You
see dead
fucking
people
morons.
all
No,
the
like
time.
literally today someone was being taken out on a fucking stretcher. Like that happens all the time there. All the time you see
Every
it.
day.
That's why they're
Someone dies
not.
in
That's
this
why it's
hospital.
not.
Right. And every day
They
people
become
die.
numb to it.
And so then they think, oh my God, I can't believe it. What a tragedy. Well, we see that every day here.
They should probably
What the
choose to ignore it.
fuck,
Like my
folks?
mom will sit in with patients when they're going, and my mom will do it. Everyone else, I mean,
Are you done yet?
But no, like people avoid certain rooms. My mom doesn't care.
Oh,
She'll
wow.
go in there and visit them when they're going,
Wow.
Yeah.
and
God
they're
bless-
someone
God
who's
bless
just
your
like,
mom.
Nope.
They don't want to see it. They can't handle it.
I want them to
You're
die
right.
alone. That's
And you're
terrible.
getting paid the money, and you can't do that.
It's kind of fucked that like if they don't have family and they're there dying all
Yeah.
by themselves, or the family's just not there yet, and they're just like, hey, I'd like a person to talk to maybe as I'm leaving this place that may or may not continue. There might be nothing. I might not even know I existed. Fuck. Anybody? Oh no, by myself. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is great.
Yeah, like
Yeah. That's shit.
I would like. I'd like to go out the way my grandmother did. She was in my aunt's house. We were all there. So it happened either in the middle of the night or real early that morning. You know, not in the hospital where no one wanted to be there. You know,
Right. Hospitals always. Ugh.
they're like, we
I
just
really
gotta make
thought
it.
about it.
If it's
I
like
also-
if it's like it's time to just make you comfortable, fuck, take me home.
I
Right.
was gonna watch an
Hospice.
episode of American Dad where one guy dies, and right at the end he goes, "Now I become more powerful," and then Stan goes, "What do you mean by that?" I don't know. I think that'd be a funny way of going out right before you die to say something really random, and then I can have all your friends like, "Go, what the fuck was that?"
What was that? Or like look at
And
your
yell
kids
at
just
Joe.
to fuck with
Yeah,
them
look at your kids.
and go, I'm not actually your dad.
I'm not your real dad.
And then click and they're like, what? They go get DNA tested and they're like, he is our dad. He was fucking with us even at the end.
Fucking asshole.
What
I'm
a
glad he's dead.
Dick bag. Yeah, you got to do that.
No, do it like Donald Sutherland did in Beer Fest. He made a video of himself.
I never watched Beer Fest.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
Beer Fest's
he
good.
he.
You watched the vacation one, but you haven't seen Beer Fest?
What vacation one?
With the stupid Pac-Man part in it?
Oh, Club Dread.
Yeah.
Club Dread.
Well, Beer Fest is not the same people.
Yeah, but it's way
Broken
better.
Lizard.
Yeah, it's not a Broken Lizard a movie.
It's
Beer
got all the
Fest.
same guys in Beer Fest.
Are
Yeah.
you sure Beer Fest, or are you talking about? I thought it was
Beer
called
Fest.
something else.
Oh, Beer Fest.
Beer Fest, where they go to Germany and they can compete in the
Yeah.
underground.
Oh, there's another movie that's called Beer Fest, and I thought that movie was called something
Oh.
else.
I don't know. I only know the
I'm
one
pretty
with
sure it was
Broken
Beer
Lizard.
Fest. You know,
See, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't
It's
remember Donald
frustrating.
Sutherland being in it. That's why.
It's
he's at the very beginning. He was
so frustrating.
he was Johann. He was Johann. Anyway, he's in the hospital bed.
I was
And-
thinking of the guy that's the bad guy with the 3 sons, and I'm like, that's
Oh,
not Donald
no,
Sutherland. That's some
no,
other
no.
dude.
No, he's in it just for this one scene, and that's it. He's in the hospital bed. And they're playing this at his funeral. And he goes, "Yeah, if you're watching this, I've croaked." And he drinks 3 beers. You know, he's like, "Salute to this," downs a beer. "Salute to this," downs another beer, and then does it one more time. And he goes, Well, he puts his little German hat on. I don't even know what it's called. And he goes, well, I'll be the same. And he pulls his own plug. That's the way to go.
Is it?
Well, I mean, you could jump out of a helicopter,
Yeah, but that doesn't
land in the
kill-
water, and
The thing is, that doesn't kill you instantly.
Okay.
You want to go out slow and painful is what it sounds like.
No, he dies instantly. Like that would be
Oh.
the way
That would
to
be
go.
convenient, yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
No, he pulled his own plug and he died.
Okay.
You know.
That's not how that shit works, though.
Yeah. Unless that thing was. The only way that would work, but he would not be conscious. If that
No,
was,
he
if
would
that's
not be
true.
conscious.
If he could pull the plug without being conscious,
Right.
which is impossible.
Because that
Then,
thing's
that
technically
means that machine's barely keeping him alive.
Yeah.
If he pulls the plug, then his body
Or
will
it
shut
is
down and be
just
unassisted, but still be a couple seconds. But if he's conscious in that machine and he pulls the plug on it, the machine's there only to assist, not keep him alive. So he'd eventually just die, but it'd probably take about maybe an hour or maybe
Right.
less. And you just
I love
sit
how you
there.
just ruined the joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just ruined the joke.
Because
What?
you said
Because
that's
it
the
was
way
a
to go.
shitty-ass
That's
joke.
the way to go.
You said that's the way
I
to
didn't
go.
write it.
I didn't say you did. I'm just saying the same with a shitty joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
You said
I
you
think
never
so.
thought. You said you don't think about it, or you haven't thought
I never
about
really
it.
thought about it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've watched an episode or two where people have done it, and I think saying something random at the end would be nice.
Episode of what?
American Dad. I've seen
Oh.
episodes where people died
Oh.
and
Say some
different
shit
things,
right at the
and
end.
never really thought about it, but watching American Dad, it seems like that'd be the best way. Just
Well,
say
is it-
something
is it-
random
is it
right
like,
before you go, and just like have everyone, what the fuck was that?
Well, it was like in that movie Signs when the
Mel Gibson one, right?
huh?
Mel Gibson one?
Yeah,
All right.
where his wife gets hit by the director, and she's pinned up against that tree. And when he sees her, she says some stuff to him that didn't make sense. And the twist is that everything that she said was to help him, survive this whole alien attack, right? But at that time, they were thinking it was just synapses firing, and
that's
quite
right.
possibly had no idea what they were saying at the time. So they could say something at the end, and then you'd be like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "It probably doesn't mean anything." It was just brain synapses firing, and something came out. You're like, "What do they mean by that? What's Rosebud? What's Rosebud?" Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Haven't watched it.
I know
I have
that
heard
I
the
know the
reference.
end, but I've never watched it from beginning to end.
All I know that has something to do with a sled. And it's just because I watch Family Guy.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I get all these old references
I saved
because I
you.
watched it
2
fucking other
boobless
shows.
hours.
Sled.
Yeah.
It's a sled.
It's supposed to be like this critically acclaimed film. It's
Was it like the first time something like that where it had a twist
no.
in it?
No.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Plenty of other movies had that kind of stuff.
Before then?
Was
Yeah.
it better written than the rest of them?
Probably.
All right.
And it just had more.
Because I mean,
well-known
there's
people.
I've seen shows like old shows where they had twists, and it's like, oh, I kind of saw that coming. It was just really wasn't written that well to.
Or the
hide fact
acting's
it's-
the old timey acting.
Yeah.
Hey Martha, come on over to there. Okay. Well, why do we talk like this?
Which is weird.
I don't know.
wonder if they actually talked like that because I've never
No.
been in that period, so I have
We
no
talked
idea.
about that.
It's called transatlantic talk, and so stage actors would do that to project their voices. Well, movies were kind of new. Let me make that more clear. Sound in movies was new, so they were always saying you need to project your voice. So they just used the transatlantic talk, and that's what
made up dialect.
with the dialect, and then they would project their voice with that weird stage talk. That's where it all came from. It was never a real accent ever. Hey there, Jim. What's going on? I don't know. You tell me.
That was
Oh.
where that would be. I mean, it's not like
Yeah,
it's not a New
that's
York
nowhere.
accent.
That's no place
Yeah.
ever. It's just
It's a TV accent.
Stage. It's a
Stage.
TV and
Media.
stage
Yeah.
accent. That's all it is.
I think it froze.
No, it goes in and out.
Yeah.
It goes in and out.
No, I saw it flash earlier. That's why I caught my eye. I mean, it's like
Flash!
moving. Not moving.
Ah, savior of the universe.
I'm glad no one's tried to remade that movie.
Why
I would
not?
actually.
Flash.
I would want to see that.
Yeah, that
Well,
one
there was
I
a
would
TV
want. It was
show.
so shitty.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. No. I heard it was
Okay.
okay.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah. TV
I heard
show.
it was okay, but I never actually watched it.
Yeah.
was it? There was also a cartoon he was in. Was it Flash Gordon or was it like Defenders of the Earth?
I have no clue.
Because it had the Phantom in it.
Phantom, yeah.
Defenders of the Earth?
Yeah. Or the planet or something like that.
I thought Defenders of the Planet was with the bird guys. They looked all like the birds.
That's Battle for the Planets.
Oh, Battle for the Planets.
Gotcha Man.
And then Gotcha Man, yeah.
Yeah, it had a few other, like, I wouldn't say, I don't know, folk heroes, but like other known characters playing, in the cartoon. I just remember the Phantom was in it because I thought he was badass.
There was a Phantom cartoon, I think, on MTV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was new.
Around the same time as the Aeon Flux.
Yeah. And there was actually a Phantom TV show. I think it was just for a pilot.
I know there was a movie.
Oh, the TV movie?
No, it was a movie.
And it Billy Zane.
It was Billy Zane, yeah.
Oh,
that one was probably more true to the original, but to the actual story, because like it was a period piece.
I have no idea. I can't remember if I even liked it.
Catherine
I remember
Zeta-Jones
watching
was in
it.
it.
That's about it.
I think Christy Swanson was in it too.
Wow.
I think it also came out around the same time The Shadow came out.
Yeah, I think
that was good.
Shadow was great.
It's still good.
Still, yeah,
It
still holds
still
up.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
When he comes out of the wall, like, even though the special effects aren't all that,
They are
I just was
dated,
like,
but it's still
I was like, that's
good.
still cool as shit. If some dude came out of the shadows, you'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, I still think that's a badass scene near the end where you see the Shadow climbing up these steps at the hotel.
Spoilers.
Shut up. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But you see the Shadow coming up the stairs, and then it, becomes him, and he turns around and his cape's billowing and the lightning. I was like, God, he looks badass. And then it's his brother, like
Steven.
I think it's Daniel.
Baldwin, it's one of the Baldwin brothers.
It was a family
It was
affair.
cool that they like used a different guy.
Yeah. Because he just had this big old schnaz, which I didn't really like that it was here. I'd rather it had been like here, but that's like a ninja. Yeah, over the nose instead of underneath it, because the nose couldn't be a distinguishing factor.
Yeah, but it could have been also annoying having it over the nose, especially with the nose, with having a prosthetic over the nose. It probably kept messing with it.
I like how
impede your breathing, which would be really fucking annoying.
I like how the Mel Brooks Frankenstein was his driver.
The guy who played the Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Never watched it.
Okay, it's the same dude from
Doyle.
What's that TV show?
Everyone
loves Raymond. The father.
Yeah. Or the grandfather.
Okay.
He was the driver in The Shadow. He was Frankenstein in the Mel Brooks movie. Wasn't he also like the dude in Face Off? No more drugs for that man.
No, that was a young guy.
I don't remember.
That was a young guy who said that. He was the one who got shot in the neck, and was the brother of Gina Gershon's character in there.
Yeah, but what else was that dude in?
He was a young guy. I don't remember.
That's it, right?
I think so. He wasn't the grandpa from.
Yeah, but that guy's been old forever,
Raymond.
so we don't know how old he really is.
Dude, no, it wasn't him.
Like the chick who was in Grandma's Boy and also Everybody Loves Raymond, she looks the same. Do you remember Christmas Vacation? She's the grandma in that. That's from the.
Still a grandma.
No, she's a grandma in everything.
She's always been a grandma.
Right.
She was born a grandma.
She was 37 in the Christmas Vacation movie.
Was she?
I don't know. I totally made
You'd
that
be like,
up.
wow, they did a pretty good job making her look really old.
Totally made that up.
No, I was during Christmas at work. They were showing the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Rusty's on there. And I go, oh look, it's Leonard from Big Bang Theory. And they're like, oh, like they'd never seen it before. I'm like, you guys. And Melissa, what's her face is on it? Is it her name?
I don't know.
I don't know what we're talking about.
I kind of zoned out there for a second.
Yeah, like, what's he talking about?
That's what it was.
She's in what though? In Big Bang Theory, or she's in Shadow?
You're talking about the sister?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's in other stuff.
In
Face Off.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah, she wasn't in Face Off.
Jesus Christ,
Which
we're all
one
over
was
the map
the,
here.
Which one was in the Christmas one? It's not the same girl that was in Goonies, was it? Wasn't she one of the sisters at one point?
Martha Plimpton.
I don't know the name. That's why I said the same chick that's in Goonies.
I'm looking it up.
Taking your sweet time there.
Well, you could look it up.
Nah,
That's what I thought. No, I don't know how to spell, apparently.
we know. Oh, so tired.
You just tired?
Well, I did get up at 5
Right, you
a.m.
guys
this
are gonna do
morning.
7 o'clock.
Puss.
And it's because I got to work 5
Tomorrow
straight,
morning.
so it was either do it
tomorrow
early
evening.
tomorrow morning or do it tonight. And we said, let's do it tonight. That way everybody can just take off and relax the rest of the evening.
Oh, Juliette Lewis. That's her name.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I forgot. She was in From Dusk Till Dawn, Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
She was in Way of the Gun. That's the
That
pregnant
was a good
chick.
movie.
It was decent.
She was in Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah, that was pulled
new
from the
one?
theater.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Like it did that bad, or
They
it
knew.
was so controversial.
No, they pulled it like the first or second day. The movie company said, nope, we're done. And they just ganked it because, first off, people were ripping on it because it had nothing to do with the cartoon. Absolutely nothing.
Except for name and certain
Name
things.
and
But
the fact that
they
the
looked-
whole mythology on it was
Yep.
completely different.
Completely different. See, I'm all for chicks in films, but they just haven't got it right yet. Like this new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, those chicks haven't got it right yet.
terrible. I don't blame the girls. I'm just
I
saying,
blame the script.
yeah. They haven't nailed it. I'm
do
hoping
you
Wonder
think?
Woman.
Do you think
nails it.
only girls can write?
I heard Bridesmaids
girls?
was pretty
No.
good.
Bridesmaids was good.
Well,
I
who
liked
wrote
it.
that?
I have no idea. I just remember watching the first 5-10 minutes of it, and I'm like, this is dumb, so I stopped watching it.
Oh wow.
But I heard people say it was good.
I
I'm
liked
like,
it.
I just couldn't get past
It
the
was a
first 5
one-time
minutes.
watch, but I liked it. Now, Ghostbusters won't have the adult humor because Bridesmaids was rated R. Ghostbusters is PG-13. So that's going to be a harder stretch to make it that funny, in my opinion. It could be good, but Ghostbusters looks terrible and atrocious. It
You
looks
thought that of
atrocious.
Batman and Superman.
Right, I
Well,
did.
he's gonna love it.
I
He's
did.
like,
This is
Ghostbusters.
fucking
This is the
awesome.
best Ghostbusters movie
Yeah,
ever.
I'm
Okay.
sure.
I heard they've already some UK group. I don't know if it was a show, web series, or whatever. Already spoiled that someone's in the movie.
What, Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
one
a
of
ca-
the,
there's a cameo.
Oh yeah, it's
We
Dan
all knew
Aykroyd.
that. It's well, it could be.
I was kind of hoping
Chevy
that
Chase.
none of them would be in it.
Chevy Chase.
You were hoping none of them would be
Yeah,
in
I was hoping none of them would be in it. Just for the fact that they're trying to get people to watch a movie, but because you have to throw in someone else from there, makes your movie already bad in the first place. That
Yeah.
it can't stand alone on its own.
it. I agree to that. And so I'm tired of previews
Oh wow.
showing.
What?
Do you want to know who was in it?
In what?
The new Ghostbusters movie.
I can care
Yeah,
less.
who?
I'm pretty sure it's Dan Aykroyd.
Well, that's what I thought. But according to IMDb, under the all cast.
Say it's Rick Moranis.
Oh, dude, I'd see it just for that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's how good he is.
I would be more excited about the movie, but that wouldn't be like a selling point for me.
Okay, all right.
Just for the fact that the dude hasn't been in anything for the longest time, it'd be just nice to see him.
Yeah.
If he's gonna come back, or at least I do a little cameo. What the hell?
Don't we all agree Bill Murray's the best?
But he's super badass
No.
in it, though. You know.
Out of the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, he's the funniest fucking one of all of them.
Yeah, he was also trying to bang his students,
Yeah.
and
What's
he was
not
torturing the other one, the male student.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay. I don't know. I just think he's the funniest.
It's Annie Potts, the
black
secretary.
guy?
The black guy.
Who's Eddie Potts?
Annie Potts, the secretary.
The secretary.
Oh, the chick.
Yeah.
That's the. Oh my god! Woo!
No,
Good.
well-
I'm so excited. I didn't even know who that was.
Okay, then okay. This is in the list of all cast. Ernie Hudson, the black one.
Black dude.
Yeah.
He did nothing.
Yeah, the black one. He did
The
nothing.
black one. He didn't do nothing.
What's his name?
In the movie?
The actor's the character's name.
Winston?
Winston.
Winston.
And
Old school black.
Okay, here we go.
Was it
Dan
Winston Zeddemore?
Aykroyd,
Yeah, big shocker there.
Sigourney Weaver,
Sigourney.
Weaver, and Bill Murray.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think they're all in it. I think they're just listing names.
I
It's
don't
IMDb,
see
which isn't official, so
I don't see what's his name in here though. Who's the smart one? Egon.
the dead one.
I thought he's dead.
Oh, did he
I
die?
thought he died.
Yes, he died.
Oh shit! I
Yeah,
didn't
Sam
know that.
Raimi.
Yes,
or not
you
Sam Raimi,
did.
but he's what, is his
I
last name
forgot.
Raimi?
No.
But he was a director.
Yeah.
Remember, I sent you that.
Ramis. Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
I sent you the picture of them using their little trap, and they're capturing his ghost, and they're all sad.
Oh, that's fucked
I
up.
sent you that. and they were all waving at him as he's getting sucked into the fucking thing. But they're like sad waving, like, he's a ghost now, so we gotta put him in the containment unit.
He's listed in all crew, so I don't know what that's all about.
Like, it's IMDb. None of that shit's accurate half the time.
Well, they're probably in it, but they're not gonna be in the final cut of the movie. Or it might be just a picture, and that's why they have to credit them because they're technically in the movie.
I think the ghost looks good. The effects are. I think
pretty good.
I think they're gonna look good.
It's just I'm not sure about the movie.
You know what? You know what doesn't look good to me is the movie.
There's something about, I guess, just the whole movie itself just bad. Maybe.
Can you just change your face? Could you just? Is there anything I can do to make this better? Yeah. Could you just change your face?
Tighten it up. Tighten it up.
Yeah, I can't do that. Are you sure you can't just change your face? Because I don't like it.
Okay, so I looked up Bridesmaids to see who the writer was, and it was Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
Like, it was very prominent, very first line. I'm looking up the writer for Ghostbusters. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but here's the interesting. They're both directed by the same guy, Paul Feig or Feig.
Hey.
So he he directed both Ghostbusters and Bridesmaids. And that's probably why, they, because they know they had success with Bridesmaids. They're like, oh, let's do Ghostbusters now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. What's with the almost whole SNL cast?
I don't know.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
All those chicks, 3 of them are on SNL.
See, Bill Murray was, Dan Aykroyd was.
Yeah, all but
barely. Rick Moranis was. I don't think he was on Saturday Night Live, but he was like in second.
All City or whatever.
Or Second City.
Yeah,
Second City. That's what in Canada. And Harold Ramis wrote for National Lampoon for the longest time.
Right. No, I get it.
So they were all sketch. I guess sort of based.
I get it. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I feel like it's geared towards younger female audiences. Kind of like that shit preview we watched the other day, the yoga one.
Oh,
Kevin Smith,
awful
yoga hosers.
I rewatched the video of Keith watching it. His facial features don't move at all. But you're like, I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Why is he liking it? I don't get it.
He's not even stoned or anything. That's cool. Everybody's got their thing.
It's all good. Like shit.
Shit. Watch this awesome film and then just the preview was terrible. Like, oh wow, this is actually really good. I don't think so though, because like you can watch other Kevin Smith previews and go, yeah, I want to watch that. It looks good. And then you see it.
I like Cop Out, but most people don't.
It was a one-time watch for me. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
I didn't love it, but I liked it. It was enjoyable.
I liked listening to Kevin Smith's commentary about how much he hates
Bruce
Willis and how much Bruce Willis hates him. Those guys don't like each other. Bruce Willis was ripping on him about all sorts of stuff. You don't know what this is?
Yeah, I remember Kevin Smith saying, he's like, yeah, can I get a lens that does this thing? And Bruce Willis started ripping on him for not knowing what that kind of lens was called.
Right.
He's like, I just know what I want, and that's just how he expressed that. That's not that he's not a good director. He just because he doesn't know the name of a fucking lens.
Right.
That's
what the DP guys are for.
Right.
Yeah. There's a video of Bruce Willis, and he's with the chick from Red from Weeds. What's it?
I don't know her name, but I know
he knows.
Mary Louise Parker.
There you go, Mary. I knew if I said that, he'd get it. So it's him and Mary Louise Parker. The person in the interview says, "Hey, do you guys like animes? Can you tell me? Have you seen this?"
Yeah, you've said this before.
Oh my god! And he has no fucking clue what's going on. He's completely out of his mind with reality. Like he just starts listing old movies that aren't animes. She says Princess Mononoke or something. Okay, that's a good one. But he's like, oh, I like old films like blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that wasn't even the question. He's so out of touch. But whatever. The guy's got money. He did buy a town in Idaho, and they named it Willis after him.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You have to, I think it's near when you head towards Sandpoint.
I wonder if quite possibly the problem with the movie is when you have too many people writing it. Because this new Ghostbusters, I just Googled it, and it has 3 writers.
Too many hands in the pot?
I think so.
And then the studios get their hands on it.
Those are the only writers. It has, like, you don't have any of the producers are trying to make their input on there.
Yeah.
We need more clicks. We need more clicks per
Right.
per
That's
minute.
exactly what it is. It's that shit.
But you know how many slow moments there are in the original Ghostbusters? There's a lot
But
of
that's
slow
an
moments.
80s
It's not a mile a minute.
You could make anything.
Yeah,
in
but
the
it still
80s.
stands up, don't you think?
No.
Well, they don't have cell
I don't
phones.
think so. Now
Yeah.
with people now have shorter attention spans. That's why you got a bunch of shit roaming out
That's
there.
why the new Star Trek movies all suck.
So is that
Is that
the movie's fault, or is that because
movie.
we're as people are
I didn't hear
stupider?
Keith. What did you say?
I says it went from being suspenseful drama to an action movie.
Yeah.
Because to get the crowd to actually watch it, they
Right.
need something fast paced and something constantly going instead of just a story driven thing. People just kind of tone out.
Now, what were you saying?
Oh, did movies change because they changed it, or did it change for us?
I think it changed for the, what do you call it? They started noticing by numbers that they do a lot more data and like, oh, okay, eye contact or eye movement during certain things or certain types of movies will always make more money because it's more for entertainment value versus a story. I don't know. It's just kind of like you get the Transformers thing. It's just a bunch of shit happening on the screen and a bunch of technically cool looking stuff. It's not a really great movie, but it makes a bunch of money.
Right.
And they'll still keep making that type of crap
Yep.
because people will still watch it.
Spider-Man 3 and the new two amazing Spider-Man movies. It's just a slew of garbage is what they do. Just blah, 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 blah. That's why, like, my kids are always saying, hey, did you see that Vine video? We love Vine videos. I'm like, why? Because they're 10 seconds or 15 seconds. That's max. That's all you can do is 15 seconds. And people's attention spans are so goddamn short that's all they'll watch. They won't sit and watch like a 3-hour long, movie that has talking and stuff. So if they're just trying to make money, then that's where the safe bet is. But if they want to make something that is considered like something that people are like, oh, I watch that over and over again. Like the original Star Trek films, I will watch over and over again. The newer Star Trek films, I have no interest in watching
I've watched
those.
each of them twice so far. That's about it.
The newer ones, yeah.
And the older ones, I've probably seen at least 6 or 7 times each.
Except
for the first one.
Except for
maybe 2.
the motion picture.
I think I watched it twice.
The new Wrath of Khan I saw once, and then the newer, the one before that, I only saw 2 or 3 times, mostly because he was watching it a lot at your house.
I was watching it a lot.
And that's about it. But I just I have no interest. But if it's the original ones, I'll watch those.
Right, and I think okay, so like the original, the show,
Star Trek show.
The show,
like, man, it's gonna be so fast paced. But go ahead.
Maybe
unless it's like Game of Thrones, and then you're just like,
where nothing,
I gotta
where
watch
nothing
it.
happens.
It's on CBS, so it's gonna be on network TV. So
actually, the premiere might be on the channel, but it's supposed to be on their digital streaming program. But the Star Trek TV show had shit for money, so they had to write good stories, and they couldn't have big action pieces. One of the biggest action pieces they had was maybe running and Kirk fighting somebody, and there was an episode of with Mud, a character on there where like there's a whole bar fight between Klingons and Starfleet, So a lot of that show was story, and that translated into the movies where their story. Our favorite parts of those movies are dialogue, not like that action scene.
Yeah.
It's the dialogue that makes those movies great. I've kind of I guess maybe as I gotten older, I would like to have seen more action with those characters, but those probably wouldn't have been the best parts of those movies. So I don't mind that these new ones. Because I don't associate these faces with good storytelling or the TV show, or 50 years of Star Trek lore. I don't associate them with that, so I don't mind that they're action oriented. You can't replicate that Shatner, Nimoy, Bones, DeForest Kelly. I don't think you can, dude. That was magic in a bottle.
You have what's his name who plays Bones now.
What about Generation? That movie was pretty good.
Yep.
But the second one, and then after that, it ended up being like episodes that were
just data.
Yeah.
They're all about data.
Well, first contact.
Well, that didn't bother me. It was just they ended up being more like you're watching an episode on TV instead of an actual movie. But I think it's because Jonathan Frakes, I think, directed the last 3 or 4.
2 movies, yeah.
But whatever.
And like even First Contact, the one after Generations,
It was pretty good.
they started to ramp up like the action. They tried to have more action in it. That's what it seemed like. In Generations, the only like big action sequence is Shatner, Picard, and Malcolm McDowell fighting on the rocks.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe a little bit of a couple shootouts here and there, but those I always associate those with like good storytelling. And with the new show, they might try to make it fast-paced and action-oriented, but I don't think they'll have the budget every episode.
Did you say CBS?
So, yeah.
CBS,
It's already dead.
CBS is...
CBS has always done Star Trek.
Always done Star Trek.
No, I thought
They originally did.
NBC
They did the original
did
show.
Next Generation.
No, it was produced on a CBS lot, and then it got what do you call it? I don't know. How do you?
Nobody listens to me.
I don't know. What do you call it? Not sublet, but watch the documentary. They said it was. They made the show, but they had to go out and get channels to actually buy the show.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't made like CBS didn't sign a contract saying, "Hey, we're gonna put this on our." network
syndicated.
Syndicated.
Yeah, it went right into syndication.
So it was one of the first shows that went straight into syndication instead of being made for like say CBS or NBC, and then later on get put on other shows. It went made by CBS and then it got syndicated right off the bat. So I think that's why it was on NBC.
Okay.
So they picked it up on certain.
Granted,
timeframes.
it's not the same people running the network, so it's quite possible.
Right.
You know, they're like, "Oh, WB it."
Although
Let's
wasn't
WB it.
Supergirl on CBS, and then that bailed epically, and then CW took it.
Well, CW I think is the junior varsity of CBS, but
Except they have the
they
better
got better
shows.
shows,
Yeah.
right?
Way better shows.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
because they're still holding, you know, because what's it called is still
You're good.
strong
I wonder
with
if it's
people.
just
What's it?
the
NCIS
Yeah. Well, I think the whole
demographic.
for CBS is usually older people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having a comic book superhero show
With young people in it.
with young people didn't fit the demographic that normally watches CBS shows, and so that's why it's probably going back to it's going to go to CW because that's all their shit is that same demographic.
I can't think of anything on CBS I watch ever.
I watch NCIS, but it's just like when you watch Hawaii Five-O.
Yeah, but I watch it on-
Right.
You watch.
Yeah,
That's the only
that's on
shit show
CBS.
I watch. Is it CBS?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, I don't know. I watched it on Netflix.
Well, yeah,
I know
because
NCIS, and I don't know
remember it had a
about Hawaii.
crossover with
I didn't know that
NCIS
till
on LA
you told me.
with
You told me. I didn't
Robin
know
and
that.
LL Cool J
Yeah. When you told me that, I went,
which was a
oh,
spin-off
okay,
of,
that makes sense why these guys just
from
showed up.
NCIS.
I just thought
LA.
they were.
Yeah.
I just thought there were two characters that showed up.
like
See,
special guests.
Here's the problem: nothing's fucking original. Like they're gonna do another Star Trek and another Star Trek movie and another Marvel thing and another DC thing and a this and a this and a this. There's no original content. Like name me a movie you guys have seen that's not affiliated with a comic book or redone.
Final Cut.
What's that?
The Robin Williams movie. Final Cut.
Final. Is that the photo one?
No, that's 1 hour photo.
That's 1 hour
But that
Final
would.
Cut.
I
When
still
was
think
that made?
I think that was still pretty original. Right around the same time. That was when he was doing a bunch
I
of
asked
dark
for
movies.
A year. What year?
Yeah, that's not even really.
That's not new. You know the only one that looked kind of original to
Oh,
me?
did you say new?
Yeah.
Oh.
It
Max
is right now.
Max Hardcore, whatever the hell that. No, that's a porno thing.
No, it's
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
That looks original as fuck. I went, wow.
What the one man army killing everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Die Hard. Commando.
It's not based on anything though. That's my point.
Those aren't based on anything.
He's not getting it. I feel like I'm talking to a wall here.
Yeah.
What are they? What were those movies based on?
You're talking about old stuff though. Are you not hearing what I'm saying?
I'm just saying it's been done. It's not original.
Really? The first
hardcore-
person
What was
the
it?
hardcore Henry.
The first
Oh,
person
that
thing.
is, yeah, I said
That's
I
totally
didn't say the
new and
first
different.
perspective. I said the one man army the one man taking on. An
Well, then I
entire
guess
army.
every movie's done, and you can never shoot anybody ever. So then,
Yeah.
you just won the argument.
Thank you.
Fucking
You heard him
stupid.
say it. Won the argument. Look, I look. I get so pissed.
I'm
off.
annoyed because you're not engaging in the conversation. You're just trying to shut me down. So I'll just shut up.
I guess I could, not engage.
It doesn't.
Engage.
I'm just saying, there's like nothing original It's like what we don't. All the stuff we talk about is either based on comic books or Star Trek redone, Ghostbusters redone.
Do we need to expand
There's
what we
nothing-
watch then?
All I'm
So we need
saying
to start
is
watching other stuff?
it feels like there's not a whole lot of new content. Like nothing just based on itself. Where it's like this isn't based on a comic. It's just a movie I wrote. Here it is. Enjoy.
Because it's harder for a movie company to actually think, if we're going to make
Get
this
money
movie,
behind
we'll work
I understand
and make money
that.
off it,
I
but if
totally
they base
get
off
that.
something that's already established, they're like, yeah, we already know this makes money, so we might as well just do another
Okay,
sequel.
I saw a trailer and I thought it was weird, and maybe that's probably a good thing. It's called The Swiss Army Man.
That looks
Yeah, it looks
awesome.
weird.
Okay.
I want to
That is
see
weird.
that.
And I'm wondering if the guy's actually alive or if it's all in his fucking head.
Right?
Yeah, right.
That's
That
probably
looks good and looks
yeah.
totally different and original. It could be a pile of shit, but I
That guy
still want to
was in,
see
what do
it.
you call it,
But original pile of shit, right? Which is what
right.
you're looking for.
Have you ever seen Tire?
No.
Oh my god, it's this rubber tire that goes around and just murders people.
Someone said something about that. I'm like,
It's
I'm
good.
Not fucking
I
watching
think
that.
he's
no,
the only
it's-
one I know who's seen
It's
it.
good. You're just going, this is you the whole movie. What the fuck am I watching? And I can't stop watching
Wasn't
it.
that Memento? Did you get that feeling
Memento
from
was
Memento?
good too, but Memento was good in the sense you're like, all right, I know
I
they're
only
gonna
watched
they're
it 'cause other
gonna
people
they're
said
gonna
it's good,
spell it
and I'm
out
like,
for us.
it's not bad, and then I tried to
Right.
put it in my DVD player and try to put it in the right order, and then
I remember you saying that,
then-
yeah.
I was done with that.
But I'm just saying that's what I'm talking about. There's no movies that are like that. It's just, oh, we're doing Aquaman. Yeah, okay, I get it.
No,
It's a
there's
comic thing.
there's
We're
no
doing,
big budget movies like that.
It doesn't have to be big budget. I'm just saying like.
Well, we don't honestly we don't watch a lot of indie movies. We don't have time for that.
Oh, maybe you guys don't. I love to watch those films.
Well, I'm saying you don't
I
have
listen
time
boring,
to
so I don't
watch.
really care.
I never watched Iron Man 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you didn't have time to watch
But
big movies, would you have time to watch small movies?
I would rather watch those.
I
In
know
fact,
you would rather,
90% of the time when I'm on
could you?
Netflix, I watch those over a big film. Almost 90% of the time. I'm like, I'd rather watch this. Something I've never seen before.
You like watching documentaries.
That too. But I'm just saying, like, something original. It just feels like everything has to be some trademarked big franchise.
That's just what people are watching. That's what the masses.
Is it though?
Clearly, if they're making that kind of money at the box office.
Were you just talking about money, or are you talking about what people watch?
Doesn't that one equal the other?
No, not necessarily.
Well, if it makes enough money, that means.
I mean, where's the money coming from?
I watch Game of Thrones and I don't pay anything for that. So how are they getting my money? Explain.
Through the subscription fees.
They said something like 40% of the people that watch Game of Thrones download it, and the guy from HBO was like, "We don't give a fuck."
Okay.
So it's clearly not about money.
Well, not for everybody, but
Okay.
I mean the movie studios. I mean, that's why Star Trek is an action
I
flick now.
downloaded Mr. Robot. That nobody knows that show, and I fucking love that show. Season 2's coming
I
out.
don't
And
think it took a lot of money to make it. That's
It
why.
did really well too.
Yeah, but it didn't take a lot of money to make it, so they're not gonna. They didn't. If they pumped $100 million into Mr. Robot, they're gonna do things to ensure that they get that money back.
I don't follow your logic. It's like you're saying if we take $100 million to promote something, it's going to make a lot of money.
If
Well,
you-
no
if you-
shit.
well, if you listen to-
I
if you
think
listen
what
to-
is the amount of money they spent on making the show, they can run the risk of making a show like Mr. Robot because the budget is so small that whatever money they make off of it is going to
Be more than what they started.
Versus
That
now
makes
if they
more
make a-
sense than
now
what
if
he
they make
said.
a big budget film that costs say $100 million and they're like it's on something totally new and not anything that anyone's done before, they can like, well, is that worth spending $100 million? We spent $100 million on a Captain America movie and we'll know we'll get that back. Versus making it something
I get
that's
that.
completely original.
And if they didn't put that kind of $100 million, if they made a $30 million Captain America movie,
they would know they would get their money
Yeah,
back.
but what did the original one make? You know what I mean? Like-
compared to what it
I
cost.
think because it's based off a comic book thing. They already know they had already an initial
Right.
audience
That's already a
for it.
lock.
Yeah.
Like, they know Aquaman's going to make a ton of money. Even though I'm not thrilled for it, they know because it's DC, it's a comic book thing. Boom,
That's
guaranteed.
why
Pretty much.
That's why you don't see
It
anything
could
original,
tank,
because there's
but-
already an audience for certain things.
Right,
That are
and
established.
I get that, but I don't follow the logic of we have to spend 130 million to make it to. No,
we're not saying
because
that.
I bet
We're
the
just
first
saying
Captain
that's
America,
why-
before any of those guys were very big, before they had to, because now, see, the problem with Captain America now is you have to pay Robert Downey Jr., who's greedy as fuck. That's why they got rid of the other black guy. That's what we all found out a year and a half later.
Well, that's what Terrence Howard said. Yeah,
Yeah, he said, "I'll show you my contract." When people say that, that's obvious.
maybe.
I like he automatically takes.
I'm not taking
So
anybody's
what
side.
is it?
I've heard one person's side of it.
And what did Robert Downey Jr. say?
I haven't heard him say
He
anything.
didn't say anything, so obviously it's most likely that's true.
Okay, so silence is omission of guilt.
A lot of times.
Okay.
Look, I don't give a fuck. I don't have any
you brought it
stock
up.
on it. All I'm saying is the point is he's getting paid. So you think Robert Downey Jr. is not getting paid a lot?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, then
I didn't say that.
I don't know why you have to argue every 5 fucking seconds so I can get a point out.
Get
Robert
your
Downey
point
Jr.
out.
makes a lot of money. What's his name who's Captain America? Chris Pine. He makes a lot of money. I'm just going to fuck it up on purpose.
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. That dude, he's making a ton of money. What's her name in it? They got to pay all these people. So the movie already costs a ton of money, and they haven't even filmed the fucker yet. When you make something like Watchmen, which had just as good special effects, and it was rated R, but you have no names that can act their asses off. It's not like they're risking it. It's not like they go, we need $170 million to make this. No, but it still had big action scenes. It still had special effects, and it had great acting.
But it already had an audience that was going to be built for.
You think so?
Anybody who's read a
Watchmen?
comic book, yeah, I mean, they don't even have to be a fan of a Watchmen, but they knowing it's a comic book movie, which everyone knew right off the bat it was a comic book movie because they announced it, automatically thought like, oh, I'll watch it.
Except that it was rated R. That's my only caveat to that. Normally I'd agree with you. But like
Still
V
being
for
rated R,
Vendetta.
you cut down some of your audience, like kids, but I mean,
Right.
still people that have watched it.
Like
I
V
mean,
for Vendetta, we both agree that was good, right? Did
yeah,
you
like
enjoy it?
Yeah, I watched it better, but
I don't know that it made a shit ton of money at the box office. I know it didn't like lose money, but I don't think it had that fan base, because what happens is you have like parents who are like, oh, the new Superman's out. Well, it's PG-13, so I can also bring my kids along. And I mean, Superman everybody knows too. It's not like they know the Guy Fawkes character or whatever the hell that was.
V.
Yeah, V, thank you.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Lucius Fox for some reason. When you said something Guy Fawkes, I'm
The
like,
V
is
for
he-
Vendetta,
Yeah, guy. But,
the main
yeah.
character,
V
action
was
hero,
is,
whatever.
based off of.
I don't know if it's as built in, but I hear what you're saying with most comic book movies. Like Aquaman isn't as big as Superman and Batman and all that, but we all know it'll still probably make a ton of money. Like we were saying with Spider-Man, they were dog shit Spider-Man movies, but they still made a lot of money just because people hear Spider-Man. It's a comic book.
Right, and that's what I was saying before, not today, but in another episode, where that they'll just keep putting out crap, or even if they try to make it good, they're going to make money on it. So they're not interested in making it good. They're just interested in making money. The movie studios.
I understand. Yeah, and I get that. I get that
Okay.
they want to make money, but at what point and to what cost? It starts to like blemish the character for one.
That doesn't bother them.
I think what it is.
I don't
at
think
least
that
with certain
bothers
movie
them.
studios,
I think
if
it
they can make a
does.
I don't
hit
think so.
on something that's franchised, they can take a risk on something that's not a franchise because they already made a lot of money off of one movie. And they can make it like a little smaller movie or something that's not as well known, something original. And if it doesn't make a whole lot of money, it doesn't matter because they already made another movie.
If what you two are saying is true, they would have made Amazing Spider-Man 3, and they didn't. They decided not to. So clearly that's not entirely true.
Well, no, because I think after the second one, after the first one, it did, I think, okay when they rebooted it. It did okay. The second one did even worse.
Because we wanted the taste of Spider-Man 3 out of our mouth. Like, oh, well, let's start over. Let's get
Well,
a
I think
fresh
the
new
way you
take.
call it, Sony just suffered from making a reboot too soon already.
Right.
And I think that's why there wasn't a third one because
It's too
they
soon.
didn't make enough
exactly.
money off the first two to warrant a third movie.
Yeah.
And then they're already, then also Sony was already going through troubles because the whole hack thing got leaked all their information
Right.
and all that stuff. But I think it was just their way of like, oh, you know what? The movie didn't make us that
Let's
much
cut our
money.
losses.
We're just gonna cut it.
Cut our losses.
And see
Exactly.
If we try to reboot it.
If it was really making money, they would have made a third. It clearly was not making money because there's no Amazing Spider-Man 3. They didn't finish that trilogy. They just kind of left it. And they're like, no, it's fucking done. And that actor...
Thus, not making money, not interested.
Okay, but you said they make money no matter what a couple seconds ago.
Well,
This
I
is-
mean,
this
that's
is
why
my
they kept
point.
putting
No,
them
that's
out.
why they make sequels.
That's why
'cause
they
already
keep making
know,
them.
But then
they
there's gonna be a
realize,
certain
oh, it's not
point,
making
it is
money,
when it's
so
done.
they
Yeah.
cease.
Their cash cow's done, so they were gonna go switch to a different cash cow.
I did hear rumor, and this could be total Joe Blow bullshit, but they had to reshoot a ton of scenes for the new Star Wars movie because the people like Disney or whoever the execs are, were like, no, this is not the final cut. Go reshoot, and they had to reshoot a ton of scenes. That is what I read on the interwebs.
So
it could be
Rogue
total
One
bullshit.
or-
Yeah,
Well,
Rogue One.
What does that
I
mean?
didn't
though?
think
I
it was
mean,
done yet, so I didn't know.
Well,
the
I think
new-
I
episode
think-
8?
Rogue One.
Oh, Rogue One.
I think that the shooting is done, the primary shooting was done, but
principal shooting.
Yeah, but they gotta edit and they gotta put in special effects. Like the Star Wars film was done a while ago, the newer Star Wars film.
Yeah.
But they still got to put it all together.
No,
on the films that are that big.
This year, or started late last year.
We already got a long preview. And a lot of those scenes look pretty finished, the special effects and whatnot.
Yeah,
so I think they're... Disney wants to do a movie a year for Star Wars, which is very ambitious. I think it's overly ambitious and it's too much.
Because they're trying to make money.
Of course, they want to make that $4 billion back.
They got to keep putting,
which is stupid.
I'd
rather. This is the same thing as saying for video games. Instead of making a Call of Duty every year, why don't you just make a good game? And if it takes you 10 years to make it, then take the 10 years.
But see, with the game like Call of Duty, it's usually always the same game studio who's doing it. Where the movie is a different director, different writer, so it's not like one guy's writing all this stuff and he's getting oversaturated by one guy writing a bunch of stuff. It's this guy's writing this.
Or Peter Jacksoned out.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just happy that Donnie Yen's in it.
You what?
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen. Have you seen Johnny Dies in the End? Neither one of you watched that film?
No, it sounds familiar. It's on Netflix,
awesome.
isn't it?
It's awesome. It's one of those indie films that I absolutely love. And that's fairly recent. Shane turned me on to that one, and I watched it and went, this is fucking awesome. It's the same guys who I think did Phantasm. Pretty sure. But it's more modern. I really liked it. There's a ton of films. You know the kid who plays the Russian Chekhov, Pavel Chekhov in the new Star Trek?
Anton Yelchin?
Yeah, he has this movie, and it's about these creatures. It was an independent film. I watched that. That was good. The kid from Harry Potter. He I don't remember that.
He was Reese.
Horns. Did you guys watch Horns?
No, I haven't watched it.
I told you about Horns.
Horns was good.
Great.
These are all independent films that I watched that I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. And part of the reason I like these movies is I never saw a bullshit preview over and over that tries to like make me think it's going one direction. And then I see it and I go, oh, that's not really what happened.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of shit going on with Ghostbusters because in the beginning of Ghostbusters, when you watch one of the trailers, it says 30 years later, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And apparently this movie has
same universe, related, not related.
It's not related.
They're just saying, hey, the movie was made 30 years ago.
Yeah, but when you watch the preview, you get the impression like, oh, this is
30 years after the events that happened.
It was 30 years later when they made that Ghostbusters movie. 30 years later, we made another Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, that annoys the shit out of me.
So, this is just an example, and I'm not trying to prove a point here or anything like that. Watchmen, rated R, made by Legendary Pictures and DC Comics, right? Their budget was $130 million, right? And it grossed $185.3 million.
Okay.
So they put a lot of money. They got a lot of money out of it. They did a lot of production or what's it called? Promotion, marketing, and I would say it did have a built-in audience already. Like if you grew up reading that book and you read it over and over for years, and they're making a movie of it, fuck yeah! And it's rated R. I'm gonna go watch it.
Right.
And then you take a movie like Ex Machina, $15 million to make, which probably was all into the effects,
CG.
And which looked great.
I never watched it, but I heard it's another one.
It's good.
And it was made by Film 4.
It might be my favorite movie from last year.
Film 4 DNA Films.
Right.
I don't know who they are.
Okay.
It made $36.9 million.
Okay, but now
how much did it cost to make it?
15.
But
they doubled it.
Yeah, so
more than doubled.
They more than doubled. So percentage-wise, that movie did better than
Watchmen.
As
far as percentage.
Now, if you look at Captain America, it cost $250 million. How much did that make?
I think it's approaching $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah, and it was
because
everywhere.
Of marketing and promotion.
It was everywhere. You couldn't get away from it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And PG-13. Those two are rated R.
Yeah, and the story's okay. It's not a riveting story. It's not a great story.
Nothing in it surprised me.
Watchmen's a good story, and Ex Machina is an amazing story.
Oh yeah, both of them are great.
So there's the splendor, but when it comes to adults, just by looking at this, rated R, that's the demographic, adults. A good movie or a good story is better than
Right, because which of those three, Captain America, Ex Machina, and Watchmen, are you more likely to rewatch?
Watchmen. I've never seen Ex Machina.
Right. I'd rather watch Watchmen again.
Watchmen
if someone,
5-6 times.
I just watched Captain America, and if someone said, "Here, you can watch this movie or this movie," I'll go with Watchmen anytime, and I've already seen it like 3 times. I love that film. It's amazing.
And I don't know, maybe it wasn't in tune to the internet right now, or wasn't as big as it was when that came out. But I don't recall a lot of beef about the ending
being changed.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's so minor.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It was.
It probably would work better the way they probably changed it so because it worked better on camera.
Right. For film.
Alien thing.
And I even as a story, I thought it would better because it's like you knew this person and he was already kind of going to, kind of getting pushed to the edge as it was because he's on that talk show, and he freaks out and everybody disappears and they just end up back at home. But that's already putting it out there that Dr. Manhattan's getting a little cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, it wouldn't be a stretch for them to say, "Oh yeah, he was the one who was behind this whole thing," and not the beloved Asmantius or whatever his name was, something like that.
It was I remember it had
Omantius.
It was Oz because they kept calling him
Oz. Osmantius, yeah. So and when I read the book, I was like, "Fucking alien!" What the I think I read it after the movie, so I didn't care for the alien ending.
It didn't bother me. I thought it was the same ending.
Still haven't read it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. It's an alien that's like an octopus, one eyeball, that has psionic powers.
Yeah.
But it's the same shit. It really is the same ending. But I don't know. I'd rather watch V for Vendetta again. In fact, I feel like watching V for Vendetta.
I've only seen it once.
I just remember going.
It's one of those ones that it was good at just watching it one time.
It's one of those things that's like the theme of the movie holds water at any time. It's like just the whole idea of the government trying to step in and people controlling your lives.
Black bagging people.
All of that happened in World War II. That's happening now. It hasn't changed, and that's what I like about that film. Is it kind of becomes timeless.
Yeah, but people don't like watching that because that's why they go watch Captain America because it's distracting.
Yeah, that one's a little different.
That's why they like Pitch Perfect.
People liked Captain America because they said, well, it didn't placate to the conservatives or the liberals. I'm like, is that what movies are about now?
That's good that it did not.
See, Iron Man was a liberal, and he was against weapons, and Captain America's an all-American boy, and he's a conservative. And I'm like, dude, it's fucking based on a comic book.
It's an action movie.
Yeah, they said somebody said it doesn't.
Nothing else. Not have you sway your political opinion one way or another.
That's what somebody was.
They're to entertain, and that's it.
Somebody was saying that's why whoever wrote Civil War didn't know how to write Captain America because Captain America was a good old soldier boy, and he would have been the one to fall in line.
He's actually a Hydra.
Yeah.
The newest story about it. Yeah.
I don't even care.
I don't care. I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, I've seen all these fucking memes. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, they made him a what do you call it? Oh, okay.
He was originally made by
They'll recon that.
They'll
when it doesn't work.
They'll go, it was all a lie.
It was all a dream. Like that's what they did with this DC New 52 thing. It wasn't working out, so Jeff Johns comes up with the idea via Dr. Manhattan, and they said this, and they're doing this whole DC rebirth. So they're Jeff Johns is started a whole new thing for DC, and they call the last few years with the New 52 experiment that the Dr. Manhattan was running.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in his omnipotence. What is that? Is that the right word?
It's a word.
It's a. I said it, didn't I? And that's what it was. And I think that would also bring the Watchmen into
the DC
universe. Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Instead of just the Vertigo separate. Side universe, side planet, whatever.
Well, Captain America did that when he died, but didn't really die. He was shot with a time travel bullet or whatever. Do you know that?
Oh, you mean Batman?
No, Captain America.
I know he
died. It was after when Civil War ended. The ending was Captain America dying.
Yeah, he arrested. Yeah,
right, and that's why I was pissed at Captain America is that I was hoping at least one person would die. But
See, I thought Rose was gonna die, and then no, he's just crippled. So it's like,
even if he died, I wouldn't even care. I'd just been like, so many fucking characters in there. Just they could kill off quite a few, but they didn't do anything. Like it wasn't even close to the comic book. You know, Captain America dies at first, and then of course, you know, months later they're like, well, he's actually in a different dimension. He's fighting his way out of it.
Is that what happened?
It was like a time travel bullet.
Oh Jesus!
Type of thing, and so he went back in time. Red Skull had him snipered, but also he brainwashed Captain America's girlfriend to shoot him at point blank. So he, to us, he really did die. And then for a while, they just left it like that. And you're like, shit, he's dead. And then you find out, oh, he actually was shot by this bullet that somehow puts him back in World War II. So they kind of did like a retro thing for a while or something. I vaguely remember it. Stupid.
That's nothing new.
And then they brought him back.
Characters all the time.
They do that all the time. All the time.
Yeah. I don't know if they're bringing back Wolverine. They killed him off. I haven't heard anything about him coming back.
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be X-32 or something, or
23. The chick,
the new Wolverine.
the clone,
Right,
the
clone.
female clone.
Well, should I say anything about the new movie or no? But
That's what
after
they were
the
gonna do
credits,
that?
you want a spoiler?
They show Wolverine in the
X-Men?
Weapon X mask helmet.
Not exactly.
Go for
Of
it.
the new X-Men.
Okay, spoiler
I
alert.
saw a picture
Okay.
with
At the
somebody
very end of
with
the
a
movie,
helmet.
they have a vial of Wolverine's
This
blood.
is a real spoiler alert.
And Mr. Sinister at the very end.
Who's
Yeah.
playing Mr. Sinister?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just was told.
Is he in blue and white?
I don't know. I didn't see it. All of this
How do
is
you know it's Sinister?
because people told me at work.
Oh.
So Mr. Sinister grabs the vial of blood, and in the comic book, he's the one who makes X-23 or whatever, the clone of Wolverine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I'm thinking what they're going to do is use that and be like, well, new actor. Once we do Old Man Logan.
I thought they would do that disease that was killing mutants. Remember that storyline with
Yeah.
Seraph or whatever his name
Vaguely
was?
remember that.
Some guy in a silver mask.
Silver Seraph.
Silver Seraph.
So Samurai.
No, was it someone else?
Yeah, and they have pictures of Hugh Jackman.
Legacy Virus. Is that what
he's-
it was called?
I don't know.
He's already filming the new Wolverine movie,
Does he get short
which
hair?
they say is rated R, by the way.
Yeah.
They're committing to that because of what happened with
I'm just hoping
Deadpool. And there's
Should they just do a Deadpool Wolverine
in the
movie?
future. That's all we know.
It's because they doing there's stuff that they couldn't have done because they can't make it R, but I hope it's that way. It's not like oh this one did good as radar. We're just gonna do the same thing. I'm just hoping they're using it as a cash mechanism.
I'm with you. I hope it's that way, but I think we both know. They go,
Yeah.
these fans are getting older, and they like some of these darker themes, and Old Man Logan's mature. Fuck it.
But I'm just hoping it's not rated R because of gratuitous stuff that's just pointless. I'm just hoping there's a reason
Like
behind it.
the release of Wolverine 2, where it was just like, okay, he's driving a snow machine and chomping guys up.
Well, you
All
watch
right.
the theatrical version versus the actual release. It's so much better on the Blu-ray. There's actually a fight scene in
The theatrical or the
and
non-theatrical?
you can watch the movie. He
I've
shows up in
only
that
seen
town.
the unrated version.
So yeah, if you watched it in the theater, which I did, he goes into that city that's all the snow and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you see him running, and all those ninjas shooting the arrows at him, and that's the end of that whole city scene. You watch the DVD or whatever, the uncut one. There's a whole fight scene. There's
really?
There's a bunch of extra
Yeah.
stuff going on in that city, which made it a lot better. 'Cause
yeah,
you're like,
that's the version I've
all
seen.
these fucking ninjas, and then you watch it in the theater. You're like, oh, all these ninjas. No, all they're doing is fucking shooting arrows with this rope on them and
Yeah.
tying them down, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all
You
I
watch
saw.
the Blu-ray.
Oh, you didn't
'cause I
see
think,
that
I think
on-
me and you
No.
watched. I think me
I
and you
gotta
watched
watch
it in
that.
the theater.
Yeah.
And I went to when
There's a
it
scene.
came out. I watched it. I'm like, oh, there's like a whole extended scene, and what's her name's also in that fight scene too with all the
chick.
the chick, whoever the chick is, because you
Right.
watch it in the theater. That chick's not there, and then you watch. On the Blu-ray, she's there when this whole fight thing's going on, and then that.
He grabs this
I wanna
snowblower,
see
this
that.
giant like street snowblower thing,
Yeah.
and he starts. I'm not making this up. It sounds made up. And when
He's
you,
running with it.
huh?
He goes chopping up
He's,
ninjas
and
with it.
blood is squirting out everywhere. It's extraordinarily violent. You can,
And it's not hokey though.
kind of.
Kinda.
It's a little hokey. Like it feels like they just threw it in there. Like what the hell's going
That's
on?
the guy I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Strife.
Yeah, Strife.
Yeah, I thought he was. The most X-Men I know is from the cartoon.
Isn't he made
That's
out of
why I know it.
adamantium? His whole suit.
They're all there's more adamantium than they lay.
Right, like
say
Captain
on.
America's shield.
Yeah. Was it
Apparently there's a whole bunch of it.
unobtainium? Vibranium.
Vibranium.
Man. What's the other one? Transformium.
My daddy made you that shield.
My dad made you that shield. You don't deserve that shield.
I would have been like, I'm keeping the shield, bitch.
Your dad's dead.
Get over your dead dad. Your parents are dead, Clark. Aren't your parents dead? Don't bring it up.
Why would you say that?
I was a boy. Now I'm a bat. Yeah, so I guess they have his blood at the end of the movie, and Mr. Sinister has it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm guessing what they'll do is they'll do Old Man Logan, and then any new X-Men movies, which they might continue to just keep pumping out.
Yeah, well, they already said
They'll have a new
the
Wolverine.
next one's going to be in the 90s. Going to take place in the 90s.
They'll probably do like the cheap Hitman reference, you know, where the Hitman's walk, right? It's the Agent 13, whatever.
I'm still trying to figure out what you're talking about. I don't know why Hitman.
That movie, is that what it's called?
What?
That Agent 13, the bald guy with the
Agent 47.
tie. Agent 47. What's the name of those movies? That game?
Hitman.
Okay, so in the movie, he's like walking through some apartment, and you see some kid playing the actual game, and he kind of like looks at it, and it's a hokey wink to the game.
So you're
where
watching a TV show and you'll hear that. You hear the theme song going on, but you won't actually see it.
I almost thought like an arcade game, because arcades were still alive in the 90s. You know, and you just hear the music in the background.
That's sad. Yeah, it hurts my feelings.
Which, I mean, at the same time, it also makes sense.
I get it, but here's what's cool about nerds in the 90s when they'd hang out in an arcade. You'd call your friend up and be like, hey, man, you want to hang out in person at the arcade and blow a bunch of quarters? But, you know, and you'd all hang out as a group, and you'd watch people. Oh, you can do the da-da-da move, the ultimate combo, whatever.
Yeah, that's how and had I done that, I would have known that you could hold down the punch button and build up the fireball on bad dudes.
Bad dudes.
Almost said, hey, dude. Shit.
Or how about Altered Beast, too?
Yeah.
Fired up!
I love that game. I thought that game was great.
Yeah, for my 360.
Yeah.
Altered Beast.
I don't think they made
Beast.
it backwards compatible yet.
Yeah, it's good. Golden Axe.
Golden Axe is great.
I hate that game.
Oh,
Really?
Well, I like playing it, but man, it consumes so many quarters.
How about D&D?
It was fun.
The arcade game. It was fun.
Gauntlet.
I hated Gauntlet.
I like it.
Because I hate those.
Welcome, Blue
There's
Wizard.
those games like Gauntlet where no matter if you can be standing still, you're automatically already dying because it's one of those things.
You're hungry.
Because your life is basically a time.
And you need
it
food.
counts down, and you have to pick up food, or you have to pop in more quarters to extend.
Yeah.
No matter how good you were, you're eventually gonna die because it was based on time frame.
You sound like Bill Murray's brother from Wayne's World. There's this
that's
game,
on Netflix, Wayne's World.
There's this game called what was it? The game called Sludge or something? I don't remember. And they keep putting in, but the trick is there is no game. So as long as they keep putting in to get their food pellet, some shit like that.
Yeah.
He tells
They
them a
just keep
story. I
pumping
was
in
like,
quarters. I can't do his voice.
I was doing lips and hooves. I was working a meat packing plant, lips and hooves, and Wayne's like, oh god. Yeah. That's what that reminds me of. Like someone
Blue's good.
deliberately designed that to just keep
Eating quarters.
I loved when I beat an arcade. I beat Ninja Gaiden. It cost me $20 in quarters. My dad was at this Indian casino, and both my folks.
I think the only game I've actually beaten in arcade was Operation Wolf.
Oh, Operation Wolf. Which the arcade, amazing. The home version sucked.
Sucked.
I don't know. I thought it was awesome.
Did you?
The Nintendo.
You had to move the controller around.
Yeah,
to
for
get
being
the
a Nintendo game, it was great. It was the next closest thing to actually having an actual arcade.
You know, what was a rip off of that, which I had Punisher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Nintendo. You thought that was close to the arcade, huh?
Yeah. I'm not saying graphic-wise, but I mean, it gave me the same feel as being at the arcade when you're playing it. Granted, you're using a controller versus a, what do you call it? A
joystick.
A joystick, but I mean, I also had the NSA advantage, so I kind of had the same thing.
Oh, I was
I
gonna say,
mean,
but
I had
you
the gun.
actually had the actual gun
You
at the
couldn't use,
arcade?
you couldn't use a zapper. You had
No,
a
no,
gun.
the gun at the
Yeah,
arcade.
you had a gun at the arcade.
Yeah.
It was like a
Okay.
weird looking
Yeah.
Uzi thing.
That was cool.
Which I thought was much better than an actual controller.
Yeah, but the thing is, be able to play almost the
Grenade
exact
button.
same game, somewhat same game at home.
See, here's
and
when
that's
I
what's killing
knew.
arcade.
It's almost like a port.
Yeah.
Instead of a dumbed down version of it.
Here's when I knew that arcade games had better graphics cards and stuff. I didn't know what graphics cards were, but I knew they were just better. So we go to the airport and we'd pick up my dad because he'd go to like Japan and a bunch of other places. And they had an arcade and they had Narc. You remember Narc? The drug one?
Yeah.
And I remember playing
it. It had a crouch button.
It had a crouch and it had a missile. And when you shot a missile, the guys exploded. It was like gory. And it had voices. Like, damn, this game's the shit. So I played it and it was like over maybe like 3 years. I would play this. Every time we went there, I'd play it when we went from my dad. Then at the beginning, it did say, kids, don't do drugs or something like that. It had some anti-drug
Was
thing.
it Dare?
Oh, I think there was a lot
it
of stuff in
Dare.
the 90s that had that on.
Yeah, all sorts of goofy shit. But then we finally got the Nintendo version. It is not. It's like
No.
it was like comparing Super NES to Nintendo. Just a
Wow.
massive difference. And I went, this is not the same. I was pissed. It didn't look as good. It wasn't as gory. There weren't as many guys on screen. They didn't have the voiceover stuff because they can build all that into a machine. The little cart's not going to hold all that. And 8 megabytes. That's what the Nintendo cartridges, I think,
8-bit.
were. But they were 8-bit.
I don't think it had 8 megabytes.
But it wasn't 8 megabytes. You're right. It was 8-bit.
Yeah.
It just looked like shit.
I would think 8 megabytes is huge.
Right,
I
yeah,
would think
maybe.
for one of those guys.
Maybe.
one of
I
those
don't
things.
know. Not sure.
I want to say it's in the kilobytes.
Probably. You're probably right.
But, speaking of old games, remember River City Ransom being good?
Yeah.
Now you think the game sucks.
As a
I
suck
bought
balls.
I bought it for my DS, and I'm sitting there playing it. That game is so small in scope. I thought it was because you go to the next screen, you can go to the next screen, and I've never actually sat around and played it. So I'm sitting there on my DS, sitting there playing it. I'm like, there's not a whole lot to this fucking map. I keep going, and I reach an end, so I have to go back the other way, and you just rehash certain levels, and that's it. And I'm like, man, this game sucks. I just spent $5 on this thing.
Wasn't it based on a sex game?
I don't know if it was a sex game, but they had dildos and stuff like that in the Japanese version. I don't know if it was a sex game or if they
Okay.
just had shops that you went to sex shops instead of sushi bars and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, back in the day, River City Ransom was amazing, but yeah,
Yeah, it
now
was still fun. I mean, because it's still somewhat of an RPG type thing, but I don't know. It's just
The nostalgia didn't hold out.
Did not,
you know what's still fun for me is the original Zelda and the Super NES Zelda.
still haven't played either.
Both of those,
can't
I
get into
play them.
either
I'm
one
like,
of
God,
them.
this is really fun. Final Fantasy also.
Not Adventures
I
of
could play
Link.
those.
Oh, I did download What do you call it? Hyrule Warriors. Because it's like
heard it's good.
Zelda and it's basically Dynasty Warriors.
Okay.
On the
Wow.
DS. So I have a
Oh,
newer,
yeah,
I
I've seen
have a
that.
newer DS and it runs fine on there. But I heard on the older DS it doesn't run as good, and so there's like less characters on the screen that's happening, or it slows down, or it works better if you have the 3D off because they can't handle that much on the older DSs, the 3DSs. But apparently it's a bad port from the Wii U version to the DS. But on the the newer version of the DS 3D, it works pretty good, which I have, but it's pretty fun. I like it.
Nice.
It reminds me of Dynasty Warriors and it's Zelda theme, so it's pretty good.
You excited about the new Final Fantasy? Open world? It looks cool.
I don't know. I stopped playing
It's
after
not a
7.
linear story?
I
I heard
understand.
10. I heard 10 was pretty good. It's
It
more of a
looks-
turn-based thing, but I'm not sure.
I saw the
It
preview
looks
and I
great,
went, whoa.
But it
this
just
looks
not
good.
seem like a Final Fantasy game to me.
Right. It looks like they're doing that
Which is showing
whole
my age.
modern, they have cars and that kind of shit. So
Really?
So that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
bother me
Dude,
that much.
look at the
For some
car.
reason, it just does not feel like a Final Fantasy game to
Should
me.
they just make a Final Fantasy based off a movie now?
Nope.
The Spirits Within.
that movie sucked.
That is not a Final Fantasy movie.
It's terrible.
None of those victims of throwing a name on a movie that has no place being there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand if it's like from the makers of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, because they're just showing off how good their graphics are.
I mean, you get the idea of like, oh, okay, it's probably going to have a decent story because a lot of the Final Fantasy games have like somewhat of a decent story on there. Some of the background who made the Final Fantasy games, you might see a bunch of cool effects or shit going on, but on a Final Fantasy movie, it was.
I will say
shitty.
the story comes off very Japanese to me.
It does.
Oh yeah.
It's a very Japanese storytelling movie.
Yeah.
But there's parts in it that
It
I
should have been
like.
just called Spirits Within.
Spirits Within from the makers of Final Fantasy. So.
Dude, check out this fucking car. This is in the game, and I was like, that is the shit.
Oh, Final Fantasy?
I would
Yeah.
drive that thing.
That's interesting
Yeah.
that they would do a modern
Yeah, it's
or
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
it's-
one of those cross between type things.
right.
Some fantasy stuff with some modern stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's in the game.
the Rolls Royce,
Yeah.
or is it the Play Like Maze? Run like Maze, play like Hayes. Run like
it was
Hayes.
a Volkswagen
Yeah.
Beetle
With the Rolls Royce hood.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like open world, I guess. I don't know. It looks cool, but
Is it on? Is it just gonna be on the PS4?
That's on both.
I think it's on both systems.
They'd have to be, right?
Square Inks.
It doesn't have to be.
Square
The
Enix.
remake of Final Fantasy VII, I think, is strictly on
Yeah.
Really?
PS4.
Yeah. What'll
They
happen
turn it
is
to episodic instead of a full game.
Is it gonna have dialogue in it?
Probably.
I would hope so.
It costs a lot of money. So, like, let's say you want Metal Gear. Well, they're gonna have to recoup what they were gonna lose on the Xbox. So you got to make it worth it for them to have it solely on your console.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it'd be easier going with the PlayStation since the install base is like
Yeah.
4 times as much.
It'd be like if Captain America was only playing at Regal Cinemas. Do you know how much Regal would have to pay for that? By the way, Adam Sandler apparently is doing all his films now on Netflix.
Yeah.
got a
I was
deal.
gonna mention, does anyone seem like he's not trying anymore?
I didn't watch.
No,
Did you
seriously.
watch the new movie that came
No,
out?
I watched one.
I haven't
No,
watched it yet.
but I watched
I've heard it's
the
decent.
Ridiculous 6. And the whole
Yeah,
entire
that was
time,
kinda shitty.
he was basically straight face and not trying to be a comedic, trying to be funny. And this one, it looks like he's trying to be serious and not do one thing funny, but everything else is funny
Oh,
around him.
interesting.
And this just makes it seem like he's just
Cashing out.
cashing out. It's like,
Could be.
oh, I don't have to really do my normal shtick. Fine. Everyone else will do that. I'll be whatever. I'll just show up and do my lines.
It's funny you say shtick. He's Jewish. It's probably about the money. It's all about
His
the Benjamins.
one last cash in, and
Well,
he does,
several.
and he doesn't have to deal
I
with.
think he's doing 4 with Netflix.
Because there's also
And he
what do you
doesn't
call
have
it?
to
Yeah,
deal with,
I know he's signed a
studios.
couple a deal where he has to make so many movies.
Yeah, I think
with
it's like
Netflix.
4.
But also there's that Gobbler movie too, where he's like a cook or something.
Cobbler.
Cobbler.
That wasn't a
Cobbler,
Netflix
okay.
It's a
one, though.
shoemaker.
Okay. Oh, is it okay? I had no idea. That was the only time I ever heard of it, and I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, is this another one of his things? Another one's in the little screen junket or whatever you want to call it. Straight face, not doing anything funny. I'm like, just
Yeah, I think Method Man did more comedic acting in that movie than Adam Sandler did.
Method Man?
Method Man.
Did
yeah.
you watch The Cobbler?
I did watch The Cobbler.
He's watched The Cobbler. Never mind.
He's just bitching.
it's sad.
I just like some of the things you choose to watch over other things makes me. Go,
I have more time than you,
I understand that, but
and
you
I'll
haven't
waste.
watched the
I will
other
waste it
ones.
on garbage.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
there. That
Fair enough.
that'll appease you.
I guess.
As long as you
It
admit
sounds like it.
What?
What?
As long as you admit it.
As long as I
Yeah.
admit
You
it.
admit it? Cool.
Oh, hold
Fine.
on. We couldn't hear you, so I don't think anybody else could either. Just turn you up a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I admit Hawaii Five-0. That's my garbage show. But I can't think of any other garbage shows I watch. Everything I watch is gold.
I guess if I
Everything I
if
watch is awesome.
if I don't think it's good, I just don't watch it. And I'll probably be alone on that, but
I'm watching Keith's face.
And I'm like,
Game-
wait a minute,
Game of
you've seen
Thrones.
some stuff. I'm like, how can you even remotely think it was going to be good enough to watch and you watched it?
wow, it's I
Like
guess
the
if I
Kimmy
watch it
Schmidt
again,
shit.
yeah.
That is pretty.
It
It had parts.
didn't even look entertaining. And then I'm like, I watched the first episode, and then I sent you that picture of like it says so many Emmys. Like, oh, how?
How is this possible? Because it's got women empowerment in it. Go
I
women.
don't know.
I didn't
pick
think there
up
being
on that things.
empowerment.
I
It,
don't
just,
pick up that
it made it
stuff.
seem like that women were stupid for some reason to me.
Yes, that too.
Maybe
That
that's why
they're
I
so
like it.
naive that this is, I don't know.
Yeah, like Louis C.K. won a bunch of shit for his show, and he doesn't really talk about it, but he's won it quite a bit. And I could see why. That show's fucking hilarious. But then that Kimmy Schmidt one, I go, this is like, is this for kids? Is this for,
I don't know.
like, little
Everyone's humor is
girls?
different because my brother loves The Elf. He thinks that movie's
Yeah,
hilarious.
so does Nick.
It's okay, but I don't know. Like that's his Christmas movie is The Elf. Like that is the one that he'll watch every year on Christmas, and I'm like, no, it's Christmas
There's
Story.
a movie I don't like. Elf.
To me, that one and Kimmy Schmidt are the same. Like, I get the same vibe of, it's
I
like
don't,
light,
The
I
Elf
don't
is
feel I
just a
needed to
stupid
watch it again.
movie
lighthearted
that's funny.
humor.
The Kimmy Schmidt one I thought it was just completely retarded.
Okay.
It's like put no real. I don't know. To me, it seemed like there was no thought into the movie. I mean, to the show.
It's the show.
But I only watched one episode, so
Well, women are strong as hell. This is women empowerment show. That's the whole point of the movie. Is she's being suppressed. I heard something talking about it. They're like, the makers of it. They're like, she's being oppressed by this man, and she's being held there, and the man wants to have multiple wives. So he's basically we're alluding at how men just
yeah,
want
that's
to
what the first
cheat.
10 minutes of the show.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
10 minutes
yeah.
of
So
it.
this is like what one of the directors or whatever was talking about. And so it really relates to a lot of women and how they feel like they don't really connect to the
I
rest
didn't
of
get
the
any
world.
that.
Okay, but this is what the director.
That's what I'm saying.
saying.
If that's what he's trying to convey, he did a bad job because I
Oh,
didn't
really?
get that at all.
When I watched it, I was like, yeah, I get that out of that. I'm like, I could see chicks watching this going, I can relate. I went, I can't relate to
I'm
any
not a
of
chick,
this.
so
Stupid
I don't
shit.
get it.
I didn't get it either.
I thought parts of it were funny, but I haven't
didn't laugh
revisited
one-
the show.
I only watched the first
I didn't
episode.
laugh
and
at
I didn't
all.
laugh
I
at
haven't
any of it. I
revisited
didn't
the
even find
show.
any of it humorous. Like, oh, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
that was
parts
me
like,
too. I was like,
oh,
I get it. It's not funny,
It's not
but I
really
get
funny.
it. Yeah. Fucking stupid.
I get the joke. Didn't fly over my head.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
And then the preview for the second season was the
Is
same.
it a second season?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because enough women watched it.
And me.
It pulls
Yeah, like you
well.
said, enough women saw it.
You watch everything. It doesn't count.
I haven't watched the second season.
Hey,
But you gonna.
Is there a second season?
You know- you know
Look
what
at
I
his
did?
face. He's gonna watch it.
You know what I did watch? You know what I did watch? I watched the first episode of the Full House show.
I was gonna try to
I watched
see
the
if
first
it was like,
episode.
and then I heard something on the radio where they tried to, but it doesn't quite give you the same feel.
I have
So I'm
no
like,
idea.
all right, I'm not watching it.
The first episode was so nostalgic. It was just a nostalgia episode because like everyone from the original show was in it, and like all the adults, but they were like leaving, so it could be about the next gen.
That's what I
It's
said. It was.
Full House next gen. That's what it is.
I was
I watched
glad
the
they
first
did it, but
episode.
it was not to the point where I would actually watch it.
No,
I was like, oh,
I
that's
wasn't-
kind of
I
cool. They're
wasn't
bringing it
gonna
back,
stick with it.
but it wasn't for me. I get that. Not everything's for me.
I'd rather watch Peaky Blinders. I've been slowly watching that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Bloodline. That's fucking good. There's so much other shit that's just good, and nobody really. It's like, you know. what I
Yeah,
mean?
like that Mr. Robot thing.
Yeah,
You
Mr.
know, that-
Robot.
that was-
Fuck, that might be my
it's-
favorite show right
It's
now.
a great show. I
like
love
it
it.
more than Game of Thrones, but that was only the first season.
Not hard to
I,
beat
I've never
though.
watched it.
We'll see.
I
have
Mr.
it.
Robot.
I have it if you
Yeah,
need
it's
it.
pretty good.
I heard it's good.
If you need it.
No.
I don't know if you I'm not calling
But
you
it,
a
did,
horse.
it didn't need a lot. It didn't need CG in it. Like that movie, that show has
They had some, but it didn't need
some,
it.
but it not a bunch of fake
It wasn't
fucking white
revolved around it.
zombies
It's
walking around.
it's USA's #1 show. I know
It's
that.
on USA.
Which is weird because that show's like that channel's like Burn Notice and White Collar and
Yeah, this is a
those
thinker.
other kind of shows. Yeah,
This is a thinker show, but it's their #1 show, and I guess it crushed. They crushed it, and they decided to make it like
and no good looking people in it, unless Christian Slater's. You think he's good looking.
Christian Slater. Well, what about the
Well,
chick,
he was in Star Trek.
the dude's sister? She's all right.
Yeah, she's okay.
She's not ugly.
Was it his sister?
The
And
only
how
guy that I
about-
know
how about
that's in
the
that show
Swedish
that was
guy?
in Need for Speed?
The handsome son of a bitch.
Huh?
The only guy that I know that's in that show is the guy that was in Need for Speed. The main guy.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't see
Yeah.
Need for Speed.
Because I don't know anything about that show. I heard it's good,
The
but
movie
that's
Need for
it's
Speed.
good.
yeah.
Wasn't I didn't see it.
He was
so,
one of his friends.
Oh, I
Mr.
just know Jesse from Breaking Bad was in Need for Speed.
He was the main
It's
guy.
a-
That's
but
the
one
only
of his
person I
friends.
know. Oh.
It's a story show. There's not like if you're expecting action, it's not gonna
I
have
know, I
it.
expected.
It's a lot of talking. It can get a little thick, and they don't do a whole lot of explaining for things. So like the computer hacking stuff, and it's non bullshit. Like they don't use fake pre-res screens. They actually use actual DOS windows and actually type stuff in. They try to go as real as possible. They got people to supervise the hacker type people. So I think for people who are like, this is Linux, I know Linux, fucking morons
I hated that.
are not going to get the
I
show.
don't really know anything about Linux. I mean, back then I didn't know anything about Linux, and I thought I was dumb.
But the show has a budget because they cleared out Times Square. That's not cheap to do. In one of the episodes, they cleared out the entire Times Square for that weird trip sequence.
Mhm.
You're like, what the fuck is going on? So it's really good. And then did you watch after at the very, very end where they have the guy from... the only thing I can think of is the cake seller. Him and Steve Martin are in Father of the Bride.
The cock.
The cock. He's the Asian guy. The
Oh, okay.
He's at the end of Mr. Robot. By the way, it hasn't aged a day. Guy looks
he
exactly
looks
the
the
same
same.
from Father of the Bride. It's because he's Asian. His face is already like
That
this.
movie's like what, almost 20 years old now.
It's 40 years old.
I've never seen that one.
Father of the Bride.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's cute. It's a comedy.
it's got Steve Martin in it.
It's probably not.
This is
You
my
don't like Steve
favorite.
Martin?
He got to a point, his stuff was good, and then it hit a certain point where it was just crap after.
Parenthood.
They say that
Yeah, I think it was Parenthood was the last movie I saw him in.
Yeah.
they say
Well, no,
movies.
Bowfinger was, but
They go.
Oh, Bowfinger. God, that was awful.
it had some
terrible.
weird things in it. There's certain parts of the movie, and I'm talking about parts like maybe a couple seconds that was funny, But other than that, the movie was garbage.
I didn't.
They
I
say
mean,
that-
I wanted it to be good. I'm like Heather Graham, do something, please.
They say Steve Martin's good in movies he didn't direct or write himself, which I disagree with because LA Story is one of my favorite, but people hated that film.
I have not sat and watched the whole thing.
It's good. I like it, but it's weird. It's really weird.
Isn't there's a scene where somebody's saying something and he's like, "What?" You know.
I'm trying to remember. I haven't seen it for a while. I liked it, and he talks to this sign on the side of the road. That's what the whole movie's about.
Well, you know, I didn't like The Man with Two
sign.
Brains. I thought that was dumb. Maybe I saw it as a kid and I just didn't
What's
care. I was
that?
like, The Man with Two Brains.
A lot of people like that one.
His where Lily Tomlin's brain gets put in him inside his head.
Right.
And then
I know who she
okay.
is, but I can't picture the movie. It was some old 80s movie, right?
And he has to
Yeah.
go to court. And
he acts very. Sometimes she takes over his body.
yeah, like he falls asleep, and so she takes over in court, and she's trying to act like a dude, grabbing her balls and spitting and stuff.
and it's all done
cheesy.
by him, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's obviously Steve Martin acting. It's
Yeah.
not her acting.
Every time
in
he
his
Wow,
body.
that's fucking amazing.
Every time he looks in the mirror, he sees her. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. What Steve Martin movie did we bring up for that? Keith said he didn't.
No, you brought up Father of the Bride.
Father of the
He's
Bride.
Asian guy.
I can't remember.
Okay.
I said I never
No,
saw it.
I'll-
Last, yeah.
We're there. So in Father of the Bride, there's one scene I like. He goes, he's getting really pissed at everything, at how expensive the weddings cost and everything.
people are
They're
there.
just having a simple barbecue, and so he goes down to the grocery store to get hot dogs and hot dog buns. This is like one of my favorite parts.
I know
And he
what you're
goes. He goes up to the guy and he's in the
He's in the aisle.
and he's
He's in-
pulling hot dog buns out
Out of the
of
bag.
the bag and
Like four.
stuffing them into another. Or just pulling 4 at a
Yeah, you
time and then
pull 4 out.
rewrapping it. And he goes, if someone comes, like, excuse me, sir, can I ask what you're doing? He goes, yeah. You know what I'm doing? I'm pulling out hot dog buns. Then he goes back to it. And the guy goes, wait.
Oh, okay.
Why? And he goes, I'll tell you why. Because the hot dog pack comes as 8 and the hot dog buns comes as 12 because the people at the hot dog bun factory got together with the hot dog and they're screwing us. So I'm fixing that. You can't do that. He's like, well, I'm doing it. It's really funny. It's one of the funniest parts of the film. The rest of the movie's
I saw
kinda
that as a
weak.
kid and I thought it was funny because I've always questioned that. It's like, why are there 12 hot dog buns and only 8 in the pack?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how many would
I
you?
thought
How
there
many
was
would
10
you
hot
need?
dogs and it was 8 in a bun.
Whatever the number
It
is,
was
it's
not
off.
even.
Yeah.
It was not even.
Yeah, so he was. It was a funny scene, but the rest of the movie's kind of. It's all right. The cock, that part's funny. It's Martin Short.
Yeah,
and he's
Martin
like,
Short.
He's a
It's not
character.
one of those guys I'm like, I don't find that
Oh,
funny.
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said
man.
this. You don't find
I
it
don't
funny.
find that funny. He just does outrageous stuff and people like it.
So he's like, what's his name?
I kind of
Ace
like
Ventura?
Glick
Really?
because he's playing a character,
I hated that.
but doing the weird stuff.
when he's just Martin Short,
Yeah.
trying to be funny.
And then I liked him in what do you call it? Three Amigos.
Bad Luck?
The Three Amigos.
Three Amigos and Bad Luck. And I think that was the last
Bad
movie.
Luck.
Danny Glover, have you seen that?
I think the last movie I seen him in that I actually liked.
Inner Space.
It's the last movie. Bad Luck.
Oh,
came out
I'm
after Inner
just
Space.
asking out.
I don't
outright,
remember Inner Space. I remember the premise of it.
Okay.
But I don't think I've ever watched the movie all the way through.
So I'm such a nerd. If you
I
want,
didn't watch a whole lot of TV in the 80s.
okay.
I watched it some of it when I was in the 90s.
The 80s was TV was my third parent.
Yeah, we didn't have cable. It was outside most of the time.
Okay, first parent, whatever.
Yeah, clearly.
The one that influenced me the most.
He reminds me of that show where the kid just sits in front of the TV
Dream
on
On?
HBO.
Dream
yeah,
On,
yeah.
yeah.
He's that kid.
I
he's
knew
that
exactly what he was
character.
talking about.
Yeah,
dude.
That's
Yeah.
him. He wasn't raised by his mom or dad. He was raised by TV.
When I remember when Dream On came out, I remember going, I fucking do that. Like
I think the reason why people watched it when they were young was because there was a nudity in it.
Dream On.
Yeah.
there was. I mean, not all the
Well,
time.
that's the
but
only
there
reason I
was.
watched it. I didn't think the show that was that great. I just
Neither
knew there
did
was
I.
always going to be tits
No, I
in
just thought.
every episode.
I just thought like he did because every time something happened to him, he would reference a TV show in his
yeah.
mind. And it's like, fuck, I do that.
You know what show I didn't think was funny, and now I think it's funny, is the one with the old Jewish dude. He gets like mad at everything.
Mark
What's that
Maron?
guy's- No. Mark
About
Maron's
All
on
in
HBO.
Family.
I don't know.
No, it was on HBO. A white Jewish dude. and he just shits on everything. He keeps playing Bernie Sanders on SNL recently.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh, was that on HBO?
I thought it was HBO.
Larry David?
Yeah.
Larry David.
Yeah, what was that show?
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
But that was after Seinfeld. I don't know if it was on... Was it on HBO? It might have
So
been,
who cares
because
if
I
it
don't
was
watch
after
it.
Seinfeld?
Huh?
Who cares if it was after Seinfeld?
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. It was like, I don't know why you made the reference of like, cause the way you said it, he goes, but it was after Seinfeld. Like, that was
It's
a point. I'm like,
it's just what fired in my brain.
Anyways, that's a show that when it came out, I watched it. I didn't really. I was like,
I didn't
okay.
I didn't
And
know
then when
about it until like after it came out. People
Okay.
saying, "Oh yeah, this show is good." I'm like, "Oh okay."
I think I just remember, Seinfeld's going off the air, but Larry David's doing his own thing afterwards.
So, he had that HBO app, and that was one of the shows. I crushed every episode. Every single one. I was like, I really enjoy this show because it's just the way he thinks about things. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. And then people get mad at him. He's like, no, I'm not gonna. No. Like there's one we had this girlfriend and she breaks up with him. He tries to kill himself, so he jumps out the window. He lands on another woman, starts dating her. And she's visiting. It's just bizarre and weird and like. He's very narcissistic. It's
He's like a very New York Jew.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's something that when it came out, I was like, I didn't
Every
get
time,
it.
He's a very, comes off very
And then
Woody
when
Allen
they-
to me.
Yeah.
I just don't like when this happens because every time I start to get anxiety.
Yeah.
I start to sweat. Look at me.
Except he's not
Look at me.
banging his stepdaughter.
Adopted daughter.
Jesus Christ. I said stepdaughter. Oh, adopted. Yeah, whatever. I guess that is different. Well, no, they're both just as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, neither
and
one.
that wasn't. I
They're
was
both
clarifying.
bad. Let's be honest. Daughter's the worst. 'Cause
Is it?
Is it? Which is weird from you.
And on that note, that's the podcast.
Yes, it is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all bad. I mean,
it's
but
all
if you-
bad.
Yeah, it's all bad.
But let's be honest. Like if you were on a planet,
How many marriages apart do they have? Cousin have to be?
right?
You know.
Hypothetically,
So if they're only connected by marriage, would that still be a problem?
hypothetically, Keith
And she's
marries
super hot,
Keith marries this chick, right?
right?
And she has a daughter, right? And the chick dies. God forbid.
Oh
Like, she
my
dies,
God.
right?
where's he going?
You see where I'm going with this? And then he's just like, well, I mean, she reminds me of her.
So you're
and
talking about Captain America?
We were only married for like a month. Yeah, basically.
I would say technically they
That
were.
would- that-
I would
that-
say
that-
technically
that
they were
bothered me
never
for some reason.
together.
Did it
I don't know
bother
why.
you?
Yeah, because I mean, he's still in love with.
He's
what's
100
his
plus
name?
years old.
Yeah, well, it doesn't bother me because the guy's frozen in time, so he's starting.
Yeah, but he doesn't age.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. I don't consider him being an old person.
I
It's
think
the
he
fact
would
that he was in love with
age
this
slowly.
woman, and then later on, he starts falling in love with he's
great-
still technically in love with the woman, but now he's also in love with her daughter.
Great grand niece.
And then nothing happens until after the mom dies.
I only have one response to that. Yeah.
But was
Bucky knew that. Bucky knew that. He's sitting in the back of the
Well,
back of the
both of them
Volkswagen.
did. Both of them, they're both of them leaning back on.
Actually, Bucky was going like this. That's in the rated R version.
He's doing this and then lifts the other one up. You know,
Can't wait for Batman Superman to come out. 'Cause it's
On
supposed to be
DVD?
about-
Rated
yeah.
R.
on Divid,
Yeah.
so we can see Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Captain
Oh,
America doesn't age. He can't even get drunk, remember?
Going back to the hot dog bun thing, if there were 12, you would have to buy 3 packages of hot dogs and 2 packages of hot dog buns for it to
it's
even
8.
out.
I'm pretty sure it's 8 in a hot dog bun.
Yeah, 8 and
10
12.
hot dog.
And okay, so if it was 10, you would have to buy 4 packages of buns and 5 packages of wieners for it to be even out.
No, it should be the other way around.
Well, you can check the math.
Well, because if there's what do you call it? If there's 10 hot dogs and a package of hot dogs, and then 8 buns, why would you have more hot dogs than packages of buns if you're buying?
Right, that's true.
No, it's 8 hot dogs,
No,
10
it's 10.
buns. The
'Cause if
wieners,
you
the
open
actual
it-
wieners, are 8 wieners.
I'm pretty sure it's 10.
I think it varies at this
If you,
point.
yeah, because if you
It
look
does
at
vary,
a
but-
package of
but if
hot
you-
dog buns, it's always 4 on top, 4 on the bottom for one package. So
I
that's
can't
8
remember
right
what it
there.
was in the movie.
So hot dogs I think is more than that, because otherwise then you would only have 6 in there.
I think it's even now, unless you get like some like hot links or whatever. There's like 20.
I haven't bought
right
hot
there.
dogs in a long time. I just imagine I thought it was always 10 hot dogs, And then
No,
8.
I always
8.
knew it was eight hot dogs.
I'm pretty sure you can
8
go to the
wieners.
store and get whatever the fuck you want because the variety of high fructose bread is a lot, okay? Get whatever high fructose bread you want. They got aisles of them. Bleached.
Well, see, the
with
reason
ammonia.
it was more buns because he was taking buns out of the bag.
He was
So obviously
taking them out.
there was more buns in a bag than there were hot dogs in a package.
But I don't remember if he was stuffing them in another bag. I haven't seen
I
it
think he
since
was
I
just
was a
taking them
kid.
out.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's a funny scene. See, I saw it when I was a kid.
Why would he
and I
take him out?
remember
Because
it.
that means that he's getting gypped for the same cost.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
but
that is true.
Right.
He was so pissed.
And
he was trying
unless
to
he
correct
was
it.
thinking, I'll actually pay, 4 less buns per unit, whatever that is.
I hate when people do that.
What?
When people do that, like,
I'll just pay for it.
I'll just pay for what well, it's you get 2. Well, I only want the 1. Well, it's still the same price. Well, I only want the 1 bag. Well, you get 2 for that price. If you grab 1 bag, you still pay the price because you are grabbing half the cell unit, and we're telling you you're supposed
You're
to
talking
grab a
about
whole.
the Pepsi?
No, I'm talking about other stuff. I just don't want to name stuff.
Oh, I got you.
Or they do that with fruit too. I've seen it at other grocery stores. Like, oh, well, I don't want a whole thing. I only want this. But grocery stores will do that. They'll bring it down
Yeah.
to individual prices.
Cards. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I want to buy 8 hot dogs and 8 hot dog buns to go with them. But no one sells 8 hot dog buns. They only sell 12 hot dog buns. So I end up paying for 4 buns I don't need. So I am removing the superfluous buns.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're gonna have to pay for all 12 buns. They're not marked individually.
Yeah. You want to know why? Because some
They do
big
look familiar.
shot over at the Wiener Company got together with some big shot over at the Bun Company and decided to rip off the American public because they think the American public is a bunch
Sounds
of
like my
trusting
dad.
nitwits who pay for
Any
things they don't
security?
need rather than make a stink. Well, they're not ripping off this nitwit anymore because I'm not paying for one more thing I don't need. George Banks is saying no.
Who's George Banks?
Me!
Why don't we just calm down now, sir?
I'll tell you why we don't calm down. Because you're not excited. It takes 2 people for a we to calm down, doesn't it?
That I don't know, sir. I'm just the assistant manager of a supermarket. But I'll tell you this. If you don't pipe down and pay for those buns, I'm going to call the police.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's right. Hey, right. Hey. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here.
And then the next
Did
scene,
the
him and-
assistant manager touch the guy?
They never
they don't
saw it.
show it coming around a corner,
Right.
but
He's in
I was
jail.
gonna say that was shown now.
What's that?
If that was to happen now, everyone would be up against that assistant manager for threatening
right,
the guy.
violence.
Yeah.
I would also suspect the assistant manager to be like, whatever, just let him go.
Well, he's trying to run a business.
Sure. It's not really his, but yeah,
Well, but he works for the company. He's
Sure.
not trying to
I get it.
make the business grow.
But I mean,
He's not
is
doing
it,
his job and
is
he
it worth
loses
quite
it.
possibly getting in a fight and or stabbed over some hot dog buns?
I don't know if I saw that guy, I wouldn't be worried about getting stabbed by that guy.
I don't know what a crazy person would do.
I would just stand back and then I'd make the cashier to like charge
I'd be
him
like,
for all of them. What?
He
Charge him for
shouldn't
all
have
of
threatened. He should just called the police.
them? Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Call the police.
Yeah, but the thing is, the cops
So my
won't arrest
point
you if it's
again:
under
8 hot
$500.
dogs, 12 hot dog buns. He would have to have bought 3 packages of hot dogs and 2 packages of buns. Thank you.
You didn't get a thing.
Your silence was
It's the greatest
A
conversation
mission.
I'm still pretty
ever.
sure
your
every
silence was a
hot-
mission.
No. I was
Everybody
gonna say, I
listen to the
still agree with you, 'cause I
podcast,
think those hot dogs
you wanna
were
tune
made
in for math.
I don't want to say they're made for the movie, but I swear
You're
there's
welcome.
always been 10 in the package.
Okay,
I'm sure they are. I just
I'm sure they're 8.
whatever they did for the movie.
Not to contradict you, but I've seen some recently.
There's so much food
And
now in
it
the
could
grocery store.
it could just be that brand or whatever, you know. Like I've seen Hot Links. It's got 20 of them in there, you know.
Have you seen the meme of what the fuck is that guy? He ran as an independent.
Ross Perot?
No. Not this election, but the last one.
No clue.
Oh my
No,
God.
they don't
What
talk
was
about
his
him.
name?
They don't talk about
a doctor.
independence.
He was a doctor.
Rand.
Yeah.
Rand Paul.
Ron Paul. Ron Paul, there's this famous meme of him in front of Congress, and they surmise the whole thing, and it just says, on one side, it says, hamburger, 99 cents, salad, $8, and then at the bottom, and it's him going like, what the fuck? It says, someone explain this shit.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a good point. It's like, that's not what exactly he said, but that's a good summation of him going, what is
Why
going
is
on?
health
Like,
food
he was
so-
in front
so
of there, like,
expensive?
saying, you, this is why people get a freaking 99-cent burger at McDonald's. It's because it's can be,
For
it
$8,
can
you
be,
could get 8 burgers
it
opposed to
can be
one
expensive,
salad.
but, I mean, if you get a soda, here's the thing, though. Yeah, the burger's 99 cents, but you get like a soda. What's a soda at McDonald's? Is that also 99
The
cents?
large is $1.
Jesus Christ,
They're
that's
giving
cheap.
it away.
That is cheap.
It's not huge,
So
but
you're
it's a
getting
large.
soda, sodium, and sugar. You're getting the burger, sodium, and fat. And then you're getting the fries, fat and sodium. Like, it's just all garbage you're just throwing down your throat for $3.
Did the hot dog story bring this up? I'm just kind of wondering what this came of.
99 cents for the soda, 99 cents for the thing, and
Any
then
value meal that comes
the
with burger,
fries.
fries, and a drink, and a medium is at least $5 or $6.
Really? I thought the burgers are like 99
Well,
cents.
if you buy
If
just
you're
the
going
little-
for like a 99 cents plain cheeseburger
Yeah.
and a small fry and a small drink
What's a salad cost?
No, a large drink costs $1.
by
Yeah.
itself,
You're
Yeah.
right. I know a large drink does cost $1.
I think it's over $1.
I think it's 99
So I'm,
cents.
not, I'm, not, I'm, not,
You're
I'm not saying like it's like a,
It's
like
right
a
around
dollar,
that.
whatever. It's like
109.
10 or 20 cents more. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
but still, it's cheap.
Yeah,
Okay.
It would be under
but I
$5.
think they don't. I don't even think they even have a dollar menu anymore. But it's been a while, so I'm thinking the hamburger is like what I'm getting at. It's more than $3, and I'm not saying
What's
I'm not
a
arguing.
under
It's like,
$5?
I'm looking around 4 or 5.
What's a
something.
salad
$5.
cost at
I have no
McDonald's?
clue.
That's my
I
point.
wouldn't buy a salad from a fast food chain.
The thing is, I know they're pushing that though. Recently, they really have been like pushing the whole, hey, we sell salads now. Hey, for a healthier option.
They kind of have to.
They have to. Subway's one of their biggest. Did you know
Yeah,
there's more
well,
Subways than McDonald's in the U.S.?
Now they're
Yeah,
doing
man.
breakfast all day long.
Yeah, a shitty ass breakfast.
Breakfast all day long.
So then
At least it's got pancakes.
Yeah, but it's not the same hot. Like you got, if you were gonna grab the hot platter that they used to have, it's not the same as it is now.
No,
No.
the big breakfast.
Yeah, it's 2 slices of pancakes and something else, and that's it.
Anybody
Really?
who eats
No scrambled eggs,
Breakfast.
no sausage thing, hash brown.
breakfast at Subway or at fucking McDonald's should be shot in the face. It's not.
Subway?
That's not breakfast because it's not breakfast.
Well, you can get a egg white and ham and cheese on bread.
Then that is breakfast, I guess.
Well, what's
How is
breakfast?
that not breakfast?
What's breakfast?
I don't
Isn't
know,
it just a
like-
meal in the morning?
Breakfast is to me. Breakfast is like eggs, bacon,
It's egg white.
But you can have that anytime.
pancakes. Well, then I
Waffles?
guess we
Oatmeal?
shouldn't even say breakfast. We should just say meal. Then I mean, if you're gonna be that particular about it,
Well, you're saying it's not breakfast. I just don't want to see how it's
Doesn't
not
sound like
breakfast.
breakfast. It doesn't sound like breakfast at all to me. When you go to Subway and it's like we put egg in
I mean,
your
I don't
sandwich.
buy breakfast at Subway, but I mean, some people might think that's a
not
breakfast.
bad.
It's all based on your opinion.
I guess that's like saying I put steak in this sandwich, so this is a dinner. We're gonna make this a dinner platter, dude. You just put steak in a sandwich. That's all you did. It's not.
Yeah, but you could also say, "What'd you have for breakfast?" Pop tart.
I put a little bit of chocolate on it.
You know?
It's a cake now. No, it's not. It's a snack. Not really. You just
what's
put
lunch food?
chocolate on a sandwich. You can't just say it's a snack.
What's a lunch food?
Like sandwiches, maybe a burger.
What's dinner?
Dinner's like steak or fish, rice, potatoes. There's certain meals that you have throughout the day that most people can generally agree on. What is a breakfast food and what is a dinner food? And that's all I'm saying is like they just took eggs, put it in a sandwich, and they're like, this is a breakfast. I'm like, is it Subway? Or did you just take your sandwich you already had and you put eggs in it? That's all it was to me. I was like, this isn't really breakfast. Subway, now serving breakfast. I'll have some crepes then. Oh, we don't serve crepes. Okay. I don't know. It just seems stupid.
I don't know. I think you're nitpicking at stupid shit. Because, I mean, no, this is the fact that when you're like, oh, you have breakfast? Well, we make crepe. Not everyone eats crepes for breakfast.
Fair
We
enough.
got really specific
Okay,
on something
fine,
that most
fine,
people don't even
fine.
do. I'm not saying,
Pancakes.
I'm just in the saying.
Pancakes.
That is fine.
Is
If
that
you do
better?
then I have no argument.
McDonald's does pancakes.
Yeah.
but
And I'll
You
call
said
it breakfast.
you said McDonald's breakfast is stupid.
I said McDonald's and Subway. I was focusing more on Subway.
Okay.
But McDonald's too. It's like, that's not really.
I mean, it's
Those aren't eggs. That's why I don't agree with
It's an egg,
McDonald's.
it's an English muffin, it's a sausage.
Those aren't eggs at
It's a hash
McDonald's.
brown.
Do you ever ate the McDonald's eggs and go, oh, I'm pretty sure someone cracked that and put it in? No, that's like that powdered bullshit. Those aren't real eggs.
It's got a yolk.
Does it?
It's yellow.
Just because it's yellow.
Oh,
So is my
It's
piss.
yellow and white.
So-
My piss is
You should
yellow.
drink more water.
Food color can do a lot.
And my jizz is white. So I guess you're eating an egg, buddy.
Bring it on. If you can put it in between a biscuit
I
with some
wonder if
sausage.
it's legally,
I'll
if they
eat it.
call it an egg McMuffin, it has to have some portion of a certain amount of egg in order to be called
Sure.
a certain thing.
The powdered shit.
Yeah.
And they just go, this.
Dude, you talk about powdered milk, and I'm like, oh my god, that just boggles me.
Never had it.
It's gross.
I can imagine it. I don't even like
gross.
milk in general. I can't imagine watered down powder being any good. Which is weird because I'll have a protein.
I mean,
drink. It's basically the same thing.
I've stopped drinking.
Kind of.
I just kind of stopped. I
Well,
stopped
it tastes
drinking milk.
different, but
Like occasionally I'll have some, but for the most part I just stopped drinking it.
lot of sugar.
But
If you get regular milk, like actual milk that's not processed, it's pretty good for you. But
what like organic milk or homogenized or what?
no, non-homogenized.
Non-homogenized.
Homogenized is what you get at the store, right?
I don't know.
We get everything at the store.
I'm just saying.
Isn't it the
like
same versus something fresh out of the cow versus what's
Fucker's got to be
processed?
literal on
Suck it
every
from the
goddamn
tit.
thing we say tonight.
From the tit. What? Splitting hairs on breakfast.
I'm just saying, no, but see, I'm not being literal. I'm not like, yes, literally you could call it breakfast. Literally. Anything. Wonder Woman's now breakfast because I ate it and it's morning. Jesus fucking Christ almighty. You guys know what eggs are, you know what bacon is, you know what pancakes are. You don't go into the sandwich shop for lunch or the place called Lunch Shop and go, I'll have pancakes and eggs. They're like, well, that's breakfast food, dipshit. This is Lunch Shop. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Fucking literal sons of bitches.
I think it's because you put too much emphasis on certain things and you saying, oh, it's not a big deal, but your way you're presenting it is making it a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a big deal to me. Subway, it's not fucking breakfast. I'm sticking to that. You put egg in a sandwich is not breakfast.
I know, but when you say, hey, what's breakfast? You go egg, bacon, toast, and
Pancakes.
stuff like that. A Subway sandwich is toasted bread,
Oh, Jesus.
egg. You can put bacon in there. You can put ham in there. People still eat ham for breakfast.
What-
I
what-
get what you're
what if
saying,
it's
but
on-
when the stuff you name is the same fucking thing you're getting at Subway.
What
It's not, though, because if you toast is like those pieces of bread you get out of a thing. A Subway is like a sub sandwich, which is a big piece of bread.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's
Yeah,
not
Texas
the same.
toast. That's a big fucking piece of bread.
Texas toast.
Which I hate that shit.
Texas toast.
I like Texas toast.
But when you break it down, you make it sound weird because Subway is basically all that just put it into
I
a sandwich.
guess, man. I don't.
I'm not
agree.
saying it's right.
I don't
I'm just
agree.
saying when you say, hey, there's eggs. Well, there's egg in fucking
What if
breakfast
they
sandwich.
stop serving it at 11:30?
I'll tell you what. If
I don't know.
Subway-
I like eating breakfast for
Let's
dinner.
pretend. Let's pretend Subway never existed, and your girlfriend says, "Hey, I'm gonna make you breakfast this morning," and she brings in this fucking piece of French bread, right, from the store, and then puts like a couple
A
pieces of
baguette.
meat, and then gets the powdered egg, and then serves it to you, and you're
Is
like,
that powdered egg?
"What the?" That's
Well,
what they
maybe
use.
maybe McDonald's is. I don't know about
Subway's
Subway.
powdered egg too. They don't
don't think
crack.
it is.
I think it's a process.
Yeah,
It's
they don't.
definitely
They
processed.
do not crack
But
a
it's
fresh
the-
egg.
Well, I'm not
I've seen
saying
No,
it.
it's not
I'm
fresh
saying
egg.
it's already been done. And all I have to do is reheat it.
They just
It's
reheat
the
it.
same shit that's either out of the milk carton, just the egg yolk or whatever, or it's the powdered shit because it's not. I can tell you that's not a real egg. I can taste it immediately.
I don't know. I don't know
I
how.
guarantee
I don't know how.
I don't know. I only
don't know how the
have,
sausage
an
is made
egg
on
white,
that.
and it tastes like an egg white if
If
I
your
make pour it out.
girlfriend brought you that in the morning, my point is you just be like, "This is breakfast."
I don't know. I would kind of like it because now I don't have to worry about all the mess.
You know,
eating a fucking sandwich, one handing that bitch and eating everything.
I will have to say, if you found a girl that would make you breakfast and brought it to you, she's a keeper. Because most women now, I'm strong and independent. You make your own breakfast.
You both are single. You don't get it. I don't know. I get that's a breakfast for you.
What kind of breakfast is brought to you in the morning? Married man.
But I usually don't eat breakfast, so I don't care.
We both work. I got up at 5 o'clock. Nobody was awake.
So,
I made myself.
Wouldn't it be
made
nice
myself
for
an
somebody
omelet.
to bring you a breakfast?
She does. She will. Like on Father's Day, or if she has the day
Once
off,
a year.
and I have the day off. But we don't both have the same days off.
I know.
That's not the
I'm just
reality
fucking
we
with you,
live in. But when she brings me breakfast, it's gonna be like eggs and bacon and waffles and pancakes and normal shit, not
But can you
what
eat
they
it?
serve. Can I eat it? Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay, I don't know. You're on this diet or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, now she'll just make me eggs and
over
with
over gooey.
avocado and
I tried
Avocado's not a
and I
breakfast
still can't
food.
eat. Yeah.
it's hard. I admit it.
But yeah, you said that's not a breakfast food.
He was asking me what she makes now.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
know. I'm
saying
just
that's
saying.
a normal.
But your whole
that's
argument
not a
before
normal
is like certain things are associated with breakfast, and
Right.
avocado is not really associated with breakfast.
All right, if someone said, "Hey, we're gonna go to the movie and we're gonna have movie theater snacks," what would you expect?
Celery and carrots.
No, nachos.
Yeah, nachos, popcorn, soda,
Pretzel.
cookies, pretzel. Okay,
Filet mignon,
if they had
scrambled eggs.
any of the shit he's saying, and that's fine, but you just be like, I want movie food. I want garbage movie food. And someone's like, hey man, I brought you filet mignon and carrots and celery. You'd go, what the fuck is this? I asked for movie food. You knew what I meant when I said, did I have to say stuff you normally get at the theater? Like, do I have to say stuff you normally get for breakfast?
You know what's funny about that? Popcorn. Most theaters didn't even want popcorn in their theaters because it would make a mess. Yeah.
They all have popcorn.
They
I
do,
know.
but initially when
I think it's
popcorn was
just-
a new thing and theaters were new, they did not want popcorn in the
Wasn't it
theater.
all outdoors though? What did it matter? Ducks came in.
I think it's just the fact that they had to clean it up and they had to pay some guy to clean up something all the time for something. Mm-hmm. And it's probably why they jack up the price of popcorn so they can make it worthwhile for them to actually have a person to clean up. Mm-hmm. And
Also,
probably
like,
just
with
greedy bitches.
a big bucket's like $5, but you could get a refill. But no one wants to
You
leave
can
the
get
movie.
refills?
Yeah, on the large and on the large soda you can get refills.
I know on
if
soda,
it's a
I didn't know
shit
you
movie,
can on popcorn.
I'll get up.
Yeah, and if it's Star Wars, Mike will like give himself a urinary infection.
The first
holding
time.
it.
The first time. The second and third time I watched it, I went to the bathroom. I knew the parts that were coming. I'm like, this is a boring part, slow part, and I got a refill on my drink as well. Because I watched it with the family, then I watched it with you.
I watched it twice.
I watched it somebody second time, and then I watched it with Shane the third time.
No, we didn't see it.
And I took his daughter to the bathroom. I said, look, man, if she needs to go to the bathroom, I don't mind because you haven't seen it. So I'll take her. And then I said, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. Is she good? Yeah, she's good. I went to the bathroom. 15 minutes later, hey, Uncle Mike, I got to go to the bathroom. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Obviously, I
Always.
didn't go in the bathroom, but I just stood outside the door.
Yeah, that's a whole nother argument. The bathroom thing.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, they're like, well, you need to make a third bathroom.
How about we just make every bathroom individual? The
I would-
idea of pissing next to anybody's weird. Like,
I
you
would
guys are
say-
like
I
brothers
would
to
say-
me, but standing next to a urinal while we're both holding our dicks, it's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah. I hate when people talk to you.
Yes.
Well,
Especially people you don't know.
Only,
That's the
Only when
worst,
we're hip
but-
to hip, and going at the same time.
I prefer ass cheek to ass cheek.
Little.
Why is that
That's
one
another
guy
thing that
turned up?
bothers me is that people that will pick, like, say there's like 3 or 4, say there's 3 stalls, an odd number.
Yeah, you're on one end.
First person comes in, yeah, I'm gonna pick the fucking middle one,
Yep.
so he has to stand next to someone else.
Yeah,
Like,
I wait.
I usually grab one of the ends, so that way, if someone wants to join in, they can have the option
Join
of
in.
having a buffer.
Poor choice of words, man.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
don't give a shit.
I'll go for a stall if I have to.
Yeah,
Fuck this.
I only
I get
use
my own
stall.
I
little
do.
booth.
I do. I always do stall. Because
I'll do
I-
either, but
I only do it when it's appropriate because a lot of those times those things smell like shit and
Right.
I don't want to be in there.
it's true.
right.
I just
No,
usually
Someone
have
has
to poop
shit,
already.
And I have to clean
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah,
and
nah,
like-
I won't clean it.
No.
up.
Someone's
'cause I-
like, someone missed it and I'm like, oh god damn it.
No, I drop
Wipe the
trowel.
shit.
I drop trowel all the way down, like I do at home.
So I can't. That's another reason why I don't like using
Then you-
stalls.
And then the
Answer
shirt.
Because sometimes
do
the water,
shirt.
though, there's like wet stuff on the ground, and so I don't like using stalls. I would if I have to.
Dane Cook has a joke about that. He goes,
Our bathrooms are a little nicer than.
he goes
Costco's.
why is a bathroom always wet? Did a wet shaggy dog just go in there and shake off? What happened?
Ellen
They're
DeGeneres
always
had
wet.
a joke about that. She's like, "This is the women's room. How was pee on the seat? Were they hovering and spreading it around?"
Oh, they do. I can tell you I'm married. I go, really? You tinkled? You tinkled. I've got some
It's like, were you
tinklage.
standing in Tinkling?
Was
You know?
Peter Tinklage in here? That's a good joke.
Yeah, who wrote it?
I did. Just now.
Just now.
Seriously. Pete, I'm sure someone else has said it, but
Sure.
did you Peter Tinklage?
Was it just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
A little squirt.
little. That happens to ladies as they get older or after kids. But still, I'm just surprised. I'm like, you're a woman. How'd this happen?
Aren't you
If they
sitting?
had to
Aren't you
speed up,
sitting
they
the whole
had to
time?
have a bigger a spot to aim.
That's true. I've never had a lady that, once we were like dating or whatever, that always made it. It's like they missed too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think sometimes they stand up and a little dribblage.
Follow up tinkle.
Yeah, see, we could just shake it.
Yeah.
You know, like, "Bleh." That's the sound I make. Bleh. At the urinal
At the urinal.
at Costco or Target or wherever.
Target.
There's like a big group place where people shop. And I wait. I pick the middle and I hold my piss. I wait till everybody's in there, and then I piss, and then I go, just to see their reaction. I'm just kidding.
No, they're like you
Not
said
really.
throughout talking to strangers in there, people you don't know. You know, I'd hear go, oh, that's a good one, or blah blah blah. And, it's like, oh, I've been holding this for way too long. Like they're making
I don't
conversation.
want to hear it.
I do that all the time, only when I know there's people in there I know,
Yeah,
but
I've
mixed
been
with other
watching
people.
A couple of times,
Yeah.
Like, oh god. Oh god. I'm like, goddamn, Mike.
There's a place that me and Keith both used to work at, and there was another guy there. You remember John? Whenever you or John would come in, I would just go, "Oh God, oh help me,
It's
Jesus."
funny. I've heard members. I've heard other people do that. And I'm like, oh my lord, what's going on? in
Yeah, but
there?
you know they're not faking it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
They're,
like,
like,
oh
really
my
having,
lord.
like,
I'm like,
oh,
oh my
Oh
god.
fuck, oh fuck, and that's when you want to say, dude, you need to change your diet.
Yeah. Well, why'd you come here knowing something was gonna happen?
They probably already went, or who knows, but something's wrong with them. And I think that there's a huge portion of just Americans that just something's wrong with them. Like I have no idea. You go in a bathroom and it's just covered in shit all over the walls, all over the floor. You're like, how did this happen?
What I like
What is the matter with you that you shat all over the wall?
Is it like some weird culture thing, or is this complete lack of disrespect? No, there is a culture thing. No, when I say culture thing, you were surprised when I said that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. Like,
Yeah, there's.
honey, don't forget to wipe your shit
No,
on the
there's
wall.
a certain. I don't know. I've seen people.
He's trying to word
I'm
this.
trying to
Look
word
at-
it so
he
I.
is tiptoeing around the tulips right now.
I've gone into a stall where there is shit on paper and it's not in the what do you call it in the
Toilet.
It's on the ground.
Yeah.
It's because where they came from there is no actual plumbing, so all gets thrown into a trash.
Right.
So those trash there, they just leave it off
Belize
to the
is like
side.
that. You throw your wipes in the trash.
So it's not so much a culture thing, just what they're
It's a
used
culture
to.
thing.
That's a culture
Society thing.
You mean culture like fecal matter? Is that what you were thinking?
No, no, like I didn't
I'm
realize.
not gonna, I'm
Is
not
it
gonna
because
say
they
it's
didn't
a
have
race
toilet?
thing.
Right,
It's
it's
more
not
of a
race,
culture
it's not-
thing.
A geographical thing? Because maybe
I
they
guess you
just
can say
didn't.
that, but I just
they
think
just
it's-
didn't
It's
have
a poverty thing. In real
okay,
poor
okay,
areas,
that's what I'm saying.
You
Like, they
can't
didn't-
flush the toilet
like-
unless it's pee and
like
poop only.
I was thinking like a culture thing. Like they do it regardless if there's a toilet there. Like
No, they'll do
They're
it.
like-
just-
They'll do it. I mean, like, no, there's a toilet there. They know they're here. There's working plumbing. They still refuse to put it in the toilet and flush it. They will just,
out of habit.
out of habit, because
And then
that's the way they
someone
grew up,
steps
and
on
they
it.
leave it off to the side and just leave it on the ground.
Ugh.
After they're done doing their business, it's there. They'll flush it, but what they wiped does not go inside the toilet. It goes off to the side because it will cause more problems where they were at. There's no actual
Right.
plumbing, or the plumbing is not as well, so it can't
Yeah.
take in
Okay.
paper. And
Belize was like
Yeah,
that. They had
so,
these
yeah,
trash
so
cans.
so
that
they'll
you
do
threw
their
shit
business in there and flush the contents, but what they use to clean themselves does not go into the toilet. It'll be
Right.
on the ground.
okay, so it's not like a culture thing where like somebody has a bar mitzvah. You know, it's not like that kind of. That's what I'm. When you say culture thing, that's what I'm thinking of. Something that's a culture
religious.
people would do. But you're it more when you say culture, to me it's I'm thinking.
When I say culture, I think
It's
it's their
like,
way of life. And
they're just
that's
the way- yeah.
they were grown up and the way they've been.
Yeah, I
is
like
their
I like
culture.
what you said. It's a poverty thing, or technology's not as great, or at least the plumbing's not as great. In a society where that seems like to
they
me,
don't have the 3 seashells.
To me, it sounds like it's more of a society thing instead of we've been doing it like this for hundreds of years. That's just what we do.
It is what they do.
It is, but it just seems like when you say culture, it just seems like it's something much longer, and that they didn't. Even though there is toilets, they didn't adapt to it.
Have you seen the Brazilian prank thing? In the U.S., you get your ass kicked, and some people try to kick this guy's ass. He takes this those squirt guns where you pull back and then you push forward, and he puts a bunch of pudding and a bunch of other stuff in it, so it looks like shit.
That's disgusting.
And then he gets in the stall next to the person next to him, and then he goes, "Oh God. Oh God!" Or sometimes he'll run in, like they're already in there. He'll wait till someone goes in, and he'll go, "Oh, oh God, oh no!" And then he squirts at their shoe,
Oh no!
So they just get sprayed, and they're trying to wipe it, and he makes sure that their stall only has enough that if they first walk in, they're like, "Well, that's enough toilet paper. I can wipe my ass," but it's not enough to clean this up. So they start pulling, and it just runs out, and they're freaking out because they're covered in this, and they don't want to touch it. And some people just want to kick his ass. And he's holding the door. Oh, dude, I laughed. Those are good pranks.
Those are good pranks.
Those are really good pranks. I love when people have good pranks and they're not fake. There's one that was good recently, but I think it was fake. This guy puts "honk if you're horny" on the back of his dad's car. And he goes, "And I'm going to ride with my dad down to the whatever. They get in the car and people start honking, and he's Australian. He's like, "What the fuck are they fucking honking at? I'm going the speed limit, you fuck." Then they back to driving, and then the person honks, and he's like, "Another fucking asshole. Well, fuck you." He's getting real pissed. And then at the end of it, he's like, "Maybe I got a fucking flat tire. Maybe I got a fucking flat tire, Nathan. I'm gonna pull this fucking thing over." And then he gets out and he sees it, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking..." He just loses his shit.
Isn't that?
It seems fake, but it's funny.
Isn't that a recurring thing?
Jokes, practical jokes where they ruin something. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
The whole squirting shit on my shoe. That pisses me off. Because he just ruined my shoes. It's not like he did something to get a laugh or whatever. They didn't really do anything. But he just ruined my personal property. That pisses me off.
Keep this angry. Yeah. No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
It didn't even happen to him.
Yeah.
If it was suede.
Like I said, if that happened to me, I would have probably kicked that guy's ass.
Yeah.
That shit pisses me off.
I just see him just kick his shit-filled shoe
Even
on
if
the
he
door.
did it to someone else and I was witnessing it, I would still feel bad for I would still... If the guy came out and kicked his guy's ass,
that.
I would still
I get that.
You wouldn't stop him?
Nope.
Have you seen the one where they threw the pie in the girls' faces, and everybody thought it was funny, and it made rounds on the internet?
And then she started crying, and everyone had to feel bad for him.
No. People
really?
just thought it was hilarious, and I'm like, that's assault. It's an okay, it's funny, but I also hate it. He's going up the escalator, and he's in a clown suit, and he's got this pie, but he's holding it low. And then people are coming down the other side, and he just reaches out and smashes it right in their face, and then he books it up. And he usually picks someone fat because they have to now go up an escalator. So it's funny for 3 reasons. He smashes it in their face, he's getting away, and now a fat person's trying to chase him, and they're stumbling up this escalator. So you're laughing, but when I watch it, I'm like, I'd be fucking rage pissed. If someone just mushed my face, I get annoyed. Does anybody ever just mushed your face? If even a friend does it to me, I'm like, dude, don't fucking do that. That is annoying. I want to beat the shit out of you. But he does it with a pie, right? And everybody thinks it's funny, and I'm with you. I'd be pissed. So I get that. I feel bad for throwing that can and getting some juice on your clothes. I feel bad as your friend. I'm like, fuck, I didn't mean for that to happen. But
as your friend, I'd just be like,
I know, I get it. I know Keith's like, I'm gonna fuck my sweater up, and he's annoyed.
He's plotting, man. He's plotting his revenge.
He's not fuming pissed at me, but obviously it's dude.
Now that you brought it up, now he's starting to get a little annoyed.
Now
it's back again.
Rage is building.
Now the rage. I'm gonna snap and strangle you with the microphone. But I'm just saying, if I did it intentionally, I could see him being pissed. I one time did something intentionally I thought would be funny to Keith. He was not happy, and I never did.
I don't remember what it was, but
the golf clubs.
Oh yeah, that pissed me off.
He was so pissed.
Oh,
if
I
these
was
were my golf clubs, I would have been that mad. But I was borrowing.
Fred's.
No,
somebody.
I thought they were
I
Fred's.
was borrowing my stepdad's golf clubs.
Oh shit! I thought they were Fred's.
Well, no, I bought my own because I needed a lefty.
Is this when Nick was
Fred
getting
was
married?
borrowing our stepdad's,
Okay.
and you knocked over those ones, and that shit
Okay.
annoyed me for the fact that we were
Right,
borrowing
borrowing
my
somebody
stepdad that
else's.
actually,
Yeah,
actually plays
yeah.
golf.
I felt bad
and
afterwards.
It was the fact that
Yeah.
Was that when I was driving the golf cart and you hit the gas pedal? Like I was like trying to get close.
It was that same day. It was during
Right,
this-
and they
Yeah.
launched off the back. Everybody laughed, but Keith was pissed.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no.
Oh shit!
You
he
unhooked
doesn't
it.
like. Yeah,
You
I unhooked
unhooked
it
it,
real
and
quick.
they took
and I
off,
thought it'd
and
be funny.
it's- yeah.
And then Keith wasn't laughing. I'm like, oh, I fucked up. He doesn't think it's funny. And then I
Yeah.
remember them being someone else's because I asked Fred, and Fred's like, I don't know what the problem is. And then
Well, Fred doesn't care.
Fred doesn't give a shit. You're right. You're right.
You know,
I do. I felt bad. I felt bad about it.
I don't know if I felt bad, but I was like, oh shit, no, dumb, won't do that again.
Right.
I walked by
sure.
Mike and he's wearing, just a tank top, and he's very fit, so I like just give him a little, twist of the nipples, and he just like rah, 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 just on my
hurt.
shoulder. I'm like, I didn't expect that, but I'm not mad at him,
Yeah. There's things that
But I never pinched his nipple again.
Yeah, it's true. Like my kids, they do this slug bug thing, and at first I thought it was funny, and they're doing slug bug, but then they start going slug bug, and they're getting bruises. I'm like, that shit's got to stop, okay? Because if that gets to somebody else, and I have to explain stuff, that's a problem. I came up with shit. Anyways, he came up with a genius idea. He goes, instead of hitting each other, let's do something creepy. So now they go like this. You ready? I'm gonna do it to you, Cesar. It's a little creepy. He goes, slug bug. Well, we hit the 3-hour mark.
Which means it's too much for the Windows to
Yep.
handle. The Windows
We broke,
little recorder.
We
broke
broke
it.
the internet.
So
That's too long, anyways.
Yeah, it's too long. We just got carried away. I think it had some highs and lows. Got a little upset
Got a
here
little
and there,
heated.
but it's good stuff. We haven't done that in a while. So if you want to reach us, you can always watch
did
us
you
on
already hit
YouTube.
record?
Huh?
I did. I hit re-record. I will just post it
Yeah,
together.
and then or we could do it in 2 pieces. Since you're gonna be gone.
Something.
Um,
something out.
Oh yeah, watch us here on YouTube. You can also hear us on the Podbean. You can reach us as Twitter at the Ceraug Podcast. Also on Facebook at Ceraug
And Ceraug at Yahoo.
and Ceraug at Yahoo. So if you want to reach any of us there, except for Keith, you can do that. Goodbye, YouTube.